Man, how in the hell you go from the prince of pan-Africanism to the prince of the damn prison yard? How in the hell you been talking about building a school and kids done graduated? Look like the next step is the jail because foundational Black Americans try to tell the world there's only one thing that matters, and that's that FBAG checklist. And if you find your name on here, then you done lost your career. And certified Black societies in the building. Let's go to work. Free Hugh.
Black Alpha Network. Home of Black excellence. Power to the people.
Somebody come get they African. Somebody come get they Tether. Somebody come get Dr. Kubar Vasquez. I heard they got a whole police unit on them. I heard word on the street is that they coming for all of them paper stacks that he been taking from people. I heard that brothers and sisters in the conscious community been calling it out. I heard that the whole academy is about to go down and it's about to go right on back to the Mayo side of town. That's what we talking about. Remember this, fam. If you see the Democrats, Kamala Harris, Barack Obama, Flab Joe, Bussy Rhymes, Joyless Reed, the Essence Festival, BET Awards, Tyler, shout out to you, Tyler, and your flopping album, and more to come, just know that every single one of these people been on the Delineation G-check list, and it ain't ever good for none of them, because that's how we roll. Let me know where you at right now. Roll call. I need my foundational Black Americans to stand on up, represent, show me your lineage. I need some lineage pride in the building because we've been the ones on the front line. We've been the ones letting them know. We've been the ones standing on certified business. And if they don't know, they know now. We holding it down all across the whole United States, our land, because this is our house and we always win. By how is that? By a damn knockout. Let's go to work. Let's go to work. Let's go to work. There it is, family. There it is. There it go. Let's rock, y'all. Certified salute to the family. We in the building. Black Alpha Network one more time. Foundational Black Americans one more time. We in here thick, fam. We representing real good. I'm feeling lovely. You know, this has been Black American August, and I see the 910 in the building, the 843 in the building. I'm loving the energy, fam. The 702, the 718 Brooklyn in the house. I see you. 704 Charlotte, Louisiana in the building. The 678, the 535 in the building. Cleveland, Ohio is definitely in the house. The 770 in the building. 202 in the place. 912 Savannah, Georgia. Extra certified salute for the team. 503 North Carolina, Dayton, Ohio. We in here extra deep, and I love the family. I see the whole team in here. Virginia's in the building. Party ain't a party without Virginia, y'all. They know how it go. All the way live, certified salute right back to you, family. Yes, Dayton, Ohio as well. I see another Savannah, Georgia. Much love. Illinois in the building. Love y'all. Love us. Everybody loves us. That's why everybody wants to be us, but can't nobody duplicate what we've created. Let me tell you this, fam. Pan-Africans keep on losing and foundational Black Americans keep on winning. You feel me? Oh, and by the way, since we representing Virginia, shout out to Allen Iverson, man. I see you, family. Much love and respect to AI. And there's been a lot of AI, you know what I'm saying? Artificial intelligence. But there's been a lot of artificial FBAs. There's been a lot of artificial freedmen. And all these people want to be us. See, I remember the time when AI just meant Allen Iverson. But now everything's artificial. These people want to have an artificial lineage. They want to have artificial heritage. They want to have artificial culture. Just every single thing they do is fake. And we the only real ones. Fam, I'm here to let you know. Let me tell you something real. FBA, the only real ones on the block. Nobody else is real right now. Everybody else is fake, okay? They're trying to scare us with Washington, D.C., the Democrats who don't do nothing for us. The Pan-Africans are trying to scare us, and we're still not scared. We're still not moving, and we're calling them out. We've been calling out Dr. Kubar Vasquez and all of Pan-Africanism. Are y'all shocked or surprised that Scam Africanism and the prince of Scam Africanism is out here right now about to get his whole building repossessed? Is it a shocker to you? Or is that falling right in suit with scam Africanism? Remember, y'all, we fall in line with greatness. They fall in line with scamming. And we remember just a few weeks ago when Dr. Kubar Vasquez came out with a real bizarre tirade. Y'all remember that? Just a few days ago, he was running around here talking about y'all got to give me some money because my damn account's been frozen and my 15th girlfriend did it to me on Wednesday. And I don't know if it was Thursday. It could have been Saturday. See, we know the whole Pan-African hustle. We know it because we've seen it. Remember, again, we're the only real ones in the room. Every other community's fake. FBA's real. And I make no bones about it, and I'm proud to say it. I don't give a damn. You don't like it, sit your ass down. All right? We're the ones who tell it how it is. We keep it 100. Look at all the words we got. Tell it how it is. Keep it 100. Keep it a bean. Respect it to check it. That is littered with realness. Every single thing they do is a scam. It's trying to hustle you. So when Dr. Kubar comes out and he starts going on this thing about he needs money, his bank account's frozen, we say, hell no. We know a liar when we see one. And then now the receipts are coming out that Dr. Kubar Vasquez, he is in debt to the government because he ain't been paying none of that. So all of those donations, hit the cash app. The receipts in the streets done came back, family. But let me make this clear. You only get these type of receipts if you're dealing with foundational Black Americans. There have been some brothers and sisters that have been holding it down. There have been some brothers and sisters that have been telling the story. And we're going to continue the story and let everybody know. Whether you are Dr. Kubar Vasquez or you are a dusty Uber driver with no deodorant. If you try to scam the lineage, you will end up getting G-checked and you probably going to end up in that damn cell with them handcuffs on. But when you go back to all that scam Africanism, family, I want y'all to remember this right here. This is who they've been trying to get us to unite with. And now these Africans are saying that we didn't influence them. They're saying that they influenced us. Watch this. Let's go to work.
One thing that I'm so proud of is the fact that as Black Africans, we're starting to realize that we don't have to look up to Black Americans. We don't. Black Americans have never influenced any sort of good on us, bro. It's always been shaking bombs, gangs, and all these type of weird things, dog. Like, it's always been that. Never a good thing. Finally, as Black Africans, we're starting to realize our worth. Like, honestly speaking, bro, they have to look up to us, not the other way around. One thing that I'm so proud of is the fact that as Black Africans, we're starting to realize that we don't have to look up to Black Americans. We don't. Black Americans have never influenced any sort of good on us, bro. It's always been shaking bombs, gangs, and all these type of weird things, dog. Like,
how many of y'all are influenced by Africans? How many of y'all wake up every day and say, you know what? I want to be just like Mr. Mutombo. Mr. Mutombo hairline jumping off his neck. Man, Mrs. Fufu, she don't wear deodorant. I want to go back to the village. How many of y'all are influenced by Africans? Right now, let me know. You got a dashiki in your closet? What about some kente cloth? Do you allow every colonizer that shows up to get the red carpet treatment? Do you cry when the Queen of England unalives? Do you? Because if you don't do any of those things, then you're probably a foundational Black American. If you do all those things, then you're one of them scam Africans that Dr. Kubar Vasquez was talking about. We gonna talk about it. We gonna roll it all in. And remember, every time you hear one of these people talk, fam, they're telling you that this is your brother. Remember, Pan-Africanism is all lives matter. There are no borders. So according to Dr. Umar, this man right here is your brother. Let's go.
it's always been that. Never a good thing. Finally, as Black Africans, we're starting to realize our worth. Like, honestly speaking, bro, they have to look up to us, not the other way around.
Damn, we got to look up to them, not the other way around. Why he's sitting there talking like us, trying to be like us, trying to speak like us. Family, this is what we talking about. Now they're getting extra bold with it, okay? Pan-Africanism been taking L's all year, especially all summer, okay? This summer has been the summer where everybody's getting checked. It's been phenomenal. Look what we've done in one summer, fam. And the summer ain't stopped. You did. I want y'all to notice this, okay? They're now trying to go into another phase of getting Tether bold, all right? They're trying to get real Tether bold. Because you know why, family? Let me tell everybody this. This is something nobody talks about. The difference between us and them is this, is that their ideology requires us. What we do, our goals and our aspirations don't require them. Do you see the difference between the two? Do you notice the logic? A Pan-African needs a foundational Black American. We're the main players in the game. Without us, they don't do nothing. They need us more than anything. We don't need them. We don't think about them. So this is why the jealousy is coming about. This is why the envy, the spite, the vitriol, everything, how it comes in different ways. That's what it's about. But they're getting bold now, family. And they're going on another one of these, let me tell Black Americans about Black American culture. Are y'all tired of seeing these videos with these Africans trying to tell us about America? They'd be like, do you know that there was a woman named Rosa Parks and a guy named Martin Luther King? You don't know that, do you, Akata? Now, the person who don't even have a birth certificate, fam, you don't even know when you were born, but yet you want to tell me way over here in America about my history. Now, do you know they're saying this? And I'm not lying. I'm about to show you the video. Y'all know they telling us that Black Americans need to be thankful for Africans because if it wasn't for Africans, we wouldn't be Black Americans, whatever the hell that means. Family, you tell me what it means. You tell me what the hell it means, but they saying it right now. I want y'all to see this. Watch this Tether, and he says that we should be thankful for Africans because if it wasn't for Africans, there would be no Black Americans. This is Delusional Tether number 3030, just in 5 minutes.
Right, to all you FBAs around, right, you gotta be very happy and gotta be more like be happy that your forefathers were Africans, fought for you to be alive, fought for you to achieve liberty and freedom here in the United States. Because it's not, it hurts me when I see people saying I'm indigenous. The reason it hurts me is because you're spitting on the hard works of the African slaves who fought for you to be alive here in the US, who fought for you to have freedom here in the US. It hurts me because it's like their work has all been made to nothing. It's like you're spitting on people's hard works. People died. Africans who were made slaves in the US died trying to make you free, trying to fight for freedom for you. And you also have to be happy and also have to give gratitude to the few white people who stood along these Africans and said, enough is it.
Oh, not fam. What did I tell you? What did I tell y'all? Didn't I say they can't get through one of these Tether lectures without mentioning white folks? Does their obsession with massa always leak? Is that a massa leakage right there? Did you hear a Mayo leak? Tell me one of these videos where they're babbling, where they're delusional, where they're ranting, where they don't always bring up white folks in a very favorable way. You can see exactly why they colonize. They'll be saying, Black Americans, you need to know this and you need to do better. Kind of like Mr. Mayo does better. Black Americans, you need to understand, kind of like Mr. Mayo understands. Everything they say always has to go back to the dominant society. So now they're saying FBA should thank Africans because they're saying that they're responsible for FBA. This is the new one, y'all. This is the new wave. Watch it, frame it, put it down, highlight it. These folks are out here now saying if you can't beat them, join them, or just take responsibility for it. You see what we talking about? Another one.
In the US died trying to make you free, trying to fight for freedom for you. And you also have to be happy and also have to give gratitude to the few white people who stood along these Africans and said, enough is enough, let's abolish slavery. Because you had some white people who were in support and supported the agenda of slaves being freed. That's why you're alive. Let me tell you this. Go to Arabia. Go to Middle. Do you know why you don't have FBAs in Arabia and these Middle Eastern countries? Because
it's not America? Did he just say why you don't have FBAs in the Middle East and in Arabia? It's because FBA is foundational Black American. There you go, Mr. Mutombo. That's pretty simple. The reason why there's no FBAs outside of America, because FBAs are exclusive to America. That's like saying, you wonder why you have no Chinese anywhere outside of China? Yeah, because they wouldn't be Chinese anymore, homie. You see what we talking about? And then on top of that, he's about to give an example of Africans selling other Africans. This is scam Africanism. This is what people were sending their donations for the FDMG Academy, which we gonna break down. You see it, I see it, we see it.
Killed all of them. That's what you don't know. They killed all black people, support and supported the agenda of slaves being freed. That's why you're alive. Let me tell you this. Go to Arabia. Go to Middle. You know why you don't have FBAs in Arabia and these Middle Eastern countries? Because they killed all of them. That's what you don't know. They killed all black people. They killed most of the black people. You think that it were not slaves was only between the Europeans and Africans? No, it happened. Knowing my history, right, from Africa, I can tell you for a fact that slavery and trade started with the Middle Eastern people, started with the Arabian people, way, way before the Europeans came. They were trading with the people of Africa way, way, way before. Really.
Trading what? Trading what with the people of Africa? Other Africans? Trading African people? Is that what they were doing? What the hell does this have to do with America? Notice, y'all, he ain't said a damn thing about America one time. There's nothing about this that has anything to do with the United States. Nothing. Only thing he's trying to do is throw in the term FBA and attach it to the brutal history of Africans selling out other Africans. I don't want nothing to do with that. I don't want nothing to do with that, family. I see you on the chat. Y'all don't want nothing to do with that. That ain't got nothing to do with us, family. That ain't got a damn thing to do with no foundational black American. What the hell is he talking about? Somehow this man now was talking about Africans selling other Africans to Middle Eastern people. What that got to do with me? Not a damn thing.
You don't really know your history. So you don't have to spit.
That's not my history. That's your history. What you mean Africans selling other people? You don't know your history. That ain't got nothing to do with me. That's all about y'all. That's what y'all was doing. You better keep that over there, over yonder, because that ain't an FBA problem.
On the work that people have done. People have struggled. People have fought for you to be alive. People have done so much. And spitting on their struggle by saying that I'm indigenous with no empirical proof, with no archaeological proof, with nothing. Even your DNA proves that you're African, and you're still saying I'm indigenous. That's because I traveled to that place and that's why I'm here and blah, blah, blah. It makes me sick, bro. You heard what the president said? That the 14th Amendment law of the birthright citizenship was made for slaves' kids. So it's telling you they were slaves. Who were slaves? Who do you think were slaves in America?
Indigenous black Americans. This man trying to tell us about the 14th Amendment that Donald Trump was just referring to us. He's trying to somehow connect this to Africa. Y'all hear this? This man is trying to say, what did you think that was for? That was because Africans come here now and try to say it's them. Y'all see how he's trying to weasel African in at any type of corner he can get? Every time this man turns around, he's trying to spin it onto Africa. The damn 14th Amendment was not about y'all. It was told by Donald Trump to stop y'all. It ain't got nothing to do with Africa. Neither do foundational black Americans.
Indians or Europeans? No, it was Africans who were slaves. And this was the 14th Amendment, birthright citizenship, was done just to protect the kids. And that's the fact. That's true. It's fact. It's history. There's empirical evidence to it. Stop fooling yourself. Stop those lying to yourself. I'm indigenous. Everybody knows the people who are indigenous are the Red Indians.
There you go. What did I tell everybody? Did I not say that you're starting to see this alliance between pan-Africans and the $2 Tontos? Y'all see what I'm talking about? Name me a video you see where the Africans aren't hyperly obsessed with our indigenous status. They're very obsessed with us being indigenous. Why, Mr. Mutombo? Why do you care so much about us? Listen to how he's in here caping for the Red Indian. Listen, you knew he had to throw that in there. You starting to see $2 Tonto and $2 Mutombo.
Stop fooling yourself. Stop those lying to yourself. I'm indigenous. Everybody knows the people who are indigenous are the Red Indians. And simple, bro. Stop lying to yourself. You're not them. And again, nobody says, even the white people know they didn't come to the U.S.
There you go. He had to big up W's again. There he goes again. There goes another massive leakage. There goes another Mayo leak. Again, he had to do it. Even the white man says it now. Even the white man, because you know he master now, and whatever he says goes. Y'all see the difference between us, how we question, we call out, and we resist the story that was given to us by the dominant society? And do you see how every time they talk, they always use the dominant society as the authority of knowledge? You see that now. This is what they always do. Every time they talk, They always say, well, the white man, he just said it 3 times in this little clip. Every time he thinks he's making a point, he has to point to Massa. Massa said so it has to be. These your people, Dr. Kubar. This is why your school about to get repossessed. Ask this dude to go ahead and help you with some money. Ask this dude for donations because he apparently is down with you because Dr. Umar believes that foundational Black Americans are not indigenous. They always got to bring up Massa. They got to bring up the Red Indian, and they got to bring up Africa.
And simple, bro. Stop lying to yourself. You're not them. And again, nobody says, even the white people know they didn't come to the U.S. They're not the first settlers in the U.S. Why do you think you're the first settler? Stop lying to yourself, bro. And respect the work that the sacrifices made by our ancestors, because they did a lot for you to be here. Please.
Our ancestors or your ancestors? That's what we talking about. See, fam, this is why we delineate right there. Only thing y'all doing is giving us more reasons for delineation. You're only making delineation stronger. Delineation is going to get stronger and stronger the more you see them silly ass videos with them babbling like that. That's just pure babble that FBA don't want nothing to do with. And this man said, our ancestors. Now what you're going to see, because pan-Africanism is on its last leg, now what you're seeing, and we don't put the pin in that, it's over with. Now they're going to start trying to say that the people who came here that were the slaves are really their ancestors and not ours. Now they're going to try to destiny swap with the ancestors. I want everybody to watch that because that's the new play. And you're already starting to see a few of them pop out and run that con game. They're going to try to destiny swap with the ancestors because remember, according to Pan-Africanism, there's no such thing as borders. There's no borders according to Pan-Africanism. When you start talking about Pan-Africans, you're talking about people that just have no border at all. It's just anything goes, anybody can come on in, and everybody can just show up. That's exactly what it is. They don't give a damn about migrants and immigration. As a matter of fact, Dr. Kubar Vasquez, if y'all remember, he was out here making excuses for the migrants. He said he understands why they come over here and steal from us. This is why we've delineated. This is why the G-check list is so powerful and it's so strong, because we've been separated from them individuals. They want everything from FBA, and I'm on record saying it. Tethers don't tether at 22%, okay? So you're going to have to gatekeep on a higher level. And if you ain't gatekeeping on a high level, you need to sit down, get out the way, and let one of my real brothers and sisters come in and do the gatekeeping. Now you're seeing the desperation, fam. Now you're seeing them trying to tear us down in the last second because they ain't got nothing going for themselves. They ain't got nothing working. They ain't got nothing moving. It's a wrap, and we in here going live. But when I talk about Pan-Africanism and I talk about scam Africanism, FBA's put that out of business, fam. What a beautiful day to be FBA, because these been the people running around here stealing from us. Them been the people who've been running around here trying to put the RBG flag over our foundational Black American heritage flag, right? These are the people trying to put Mr. Mutombo ancestors over our ancestors. So basically what he was telling you, if you have ancestors from Mississippi, they're not really from Mississippi. They from Africa. They from Alabama. They're not really from Alabama. They from Africa. Where in the world could somebody just come and say that your ancestors are theirs? And I find that very disingenuous and, quite frankly, it's punctified, because our ancestors aren't here to defend themselves. So it's about time the foundational Black Americans right now, living, breathing in the flesh, we start G-checking and regulating to the fullest. Because these people keep talking about our ancestors. Every time I turn around, y'all, somebody is talking about our ancestors who are not here to defend themselves. And then they get mad when we defend them. They just going to be some mad MFers then, because that's how we're going to run with it. And that's how we're going to stay with it, whether you like it or not. And when I say whether people like it or not, that goes for everybody, including Dr. Kubar Vasquez. Family, how many of y'all seen this just a few days ago? This is right before this bizarre rant about Dr. Umar saying that he needs donations. Now that the receipts are coming in, that he needed those donation dollars because they about to take the school. But remember, Dr. Kubar was just over in Africa, and he was throwing dirt on our name. And he was running around here saying that we are not the indigenous people. Remember, this whole we're not indigenous thing is coming from the Pan-Africans and the $2 Tontos. Remember, one wants to destiny swap with you, and then the other tried to destiny swap with you hundreds of years ago. The identity theft. Watch this right here as the receipts roll in. And this is why we ain't shedding no damn tears about your school getting snatched up. Watch this.
It's the same thing in America. You see your brothers and sisters over there psychologically confused. Some of them, not most, but some, talking about they Native Americans. I'm a Cherokee Indian. Your ass is crazy. They won't even let you on a damn Indian reservation. I'm a Cherokee, I'm a Choctaw, I'm a Seminole. And all those Indian tribes used to own Black slaves. Nigga, shut up. It's the same thing. It's the same thing in America.
Damn. He told grandma to shut up. You heard what he said? You heard what he said? Now, he don't tell Mrs. Mutombo's grandma to be quiet. Of course, his grandma's probably his mom, or his dad, but who knows? Because they ain't got birth certificates. Y'all hear that disrespect? Where in the game is it to go over to Africa and throw dirt on our name like that? How disrespectful is that, fam? Is that reciprocity? That looks more like xenophobia. Don't come over here talking about foundational Black America. Fam, he went to Africa and went over here in South Africa with all the problems they got in South Africa. And you gonna say that about our grandparents, fam? Really? Now, understand Dr. Kubar is a Cuban. So I'm not surprised that he don't have the stories that we got of our grandmothers and grandfathers telling us about our indigenous status, because he is not one of us. So him not being one of us is leaking out, and you can hear it. But damn, you travel all the way over to Africa and then you on us? Goddamn, that's cold. That's cold, family. You feel what I'm talking about? And by the way, since we in here, how many Native Black Americans, and I'm talking about y'all know y'all tribe, y'all know your whole essence. How many brothers and sisters in the house? Because we done did shows, and we done had some Choctaw, we done had some Cherokee in the house. We done had a whole lot in them house. If y'all in the house, please stand up and be accounted for. So all the tethers that are low-key hate watching right now understand you can team up with Tonto, you can team up with Tonto, Poho, Hontis, and all of them, and you still cannot steal foundational Black American indigenous culture.
You see your brothers and sisters over there psychologically confused. Some of them, not most, but some, talking about they Native Americans. I'm a Cherokee Indian. Your ass is crazy. They won't even let you on the damn Indian reservation. I'm a Cherokee. I'm a Choctaw. I'm a Seminole. And all those Indian tribes used to own blacks.
Shout out to all my Cherokees, Choctaw in the house. I see y'all. Damn, how y'all get up in here? Because according to Pan-African, we ain't indigenous. So how come I got some certified foundational Black American brothers and sisters in here who are Cherokee and Choctaw and plenty more? How come and how the hell did y'all show up in here? Because everyone's telling us that we are Senegalese and we Nigerian and we're from Ghana. How the hell did all these foundational Black American Indians get into place? And then, by the way, then how come Black Americans were classified as Indians as the original if we are not the original Indians? Damn, if y'all want to go use the white man for all your little excuses and say the white man said it, well, the white man said that we wasn't this way. Ain't it funny, fam? Let me tell you something. Notice they never used the white man as an example by the fact that the white man was calling us Indian. Y'all notice that, right? They'll say the white man got the best schools. Y'all acting like the white man. You need to be more like the white man, understand the white man, hold hands with the white man. Everything they can say about the white man in all their little TikTok tether speeches. But they don't never talk about how, yeah, the white man did call them Indians. So that kind of ruins your whole, them are not the originals, huh? Don't it? Yeah. Nobody wants you to be indigenous. And we've been pulling the alarm and we've been sounding it for everybody to know that they right now are in a full blitzkrieg to get foundational Black Americans to say, okay, we'll just be slaves. We didn't come here at all. We were just pulled up and our ancestors are this. You know why, fam? Let me tell you something. I'm going to tell y'all this and y'all already put the dots together, but let's just say and put it in the air, okay? The moment we say that we're not indigenous Black Americans, we're not the original Indians, then that by de facto makes you the African they say you are. You understand that? You have to hold on to the indigenous. You have to hold on to the indigenous native. You got to hold on to that. Because the minute they tell us that we're not the indigenous no more, then you got to be the African slave. You have to be. That's just what it is. So you see why we're on there? And fam, they sending out all these damn people. It don't stop. Watch this. Dr. Umar was saying that we're not indigenous coming from the Pan-African point of view. Watch this guy. He says the same thing. Are you ashamed of Africa? This is what they're trying to call us now, okay? They're trying to say full-blooded Africans. We putting it into all of that as foundational Black Americans. Watch.
Random question to my Black people. This is for Black people who don't like to be associated with Africa. You know, growing up, we hear kids say, I'm not African. I'm not no African booty scratcher. I'm Cherokee. I'm this, I'm that. If you grew up feeling that way, why do you think that is? Why do you not want to be associated with the continent of Africa, but would rather choose somewhere else? Even if you don't know where that someone else is, as long as it's not associated with Africa. Let me stop playing with y'all. I know what it is, man. It's a slave mindset. It's colonization. It is the hatred for oneself that has been implanted in the minds of our people. So the further away we are from that much of blackness, the better we are. Now, where did that mindset come from? That's right. That is a colonizer mindset that says that they are savages that need to be tamed. Also ignoring all of the scientific biological evidence that suggests that all human life began in Africa.
Okay, then how come you don't go tell that to the white man then? Okay, since you want to run that game. See, notice they don't like when we say this, family. Notice that they always get real hush when we pull this one out. Okay, if you run with the everybody came from Africa, then you go tell Donald Trump that he's from Nigeria then. I'll wait. Go right now and tell Donald Trump that he's from Nigeria. Go tell Taylor Swift that she's from Zimbabwe. She got a better chance of being from Zimbabwe than any of us, family, because remember, Europe and Africa are neighbors. We put you in the mind state of scam Africanism, okay? This is going to put you in the mind state. This man said you choose to not be from Africa. You don't choose to be your lineage. Either you are or you're not. Simple as that, simple and plain. And notice that they got to keep trying to spin it. Watch even further. And I bet you he ends up bringing up the white man as another example. Watch.
I've seen white folk actually say yes.
There you
Random
go.
question to my black people. This is for...
There you go. I've seen white folk even say it, because you know, if the white man said it's true, then it has to be true. This is what we be talking about. This is how we be hyper-focused and we be analyzing it and breaking it all the way down, right? These people always are trying to disassociate you from America. Right now, y'all, this is what it's all about. It's all about disassociating Black Americans from America. And the Pan-Africans are the main ones. Remember this, though. The Pan-Africans, they didn't even do this a few years ago. This is a relatively new hustle that the Pan-Africans been coming up with. See, Pan-Africans, we know y'all because we've been calling y'all for a long time. Right now, it's just on the main stage. But we've been calling out Pan-Africans for the longest time. Pan-Africans right now are trying to run that hustle in that con game because they understand that foundational Black Americans are going to get reparations without them. All right. This is all about your money, fam. If you get a $2 paycheck, an African somewhere bucking his eyes, looking at your damn money, because that's what they do with each other. All I need you to do is think about what they do to each other and then apply it to them trying to pull that stuff on you. Okay. That's what it's really about. They're trying to pull that same game that they pull on each other on you. And the reason why they're trying to do that is because they want your reparations. They don't just want Black Americans to be African because they love us so much. Hell no. It ain't got nothing to do with love. No, 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 no. This has every single thing to do with them wanting your money. They want your dollars. They feel if they can get your dollar bills, y'all, then therefore, the hell with them. That's what it's really about. I want everybody to understand that. It's not based out of love. It's not based out of caring. It ain't got nothing to do with that. These individuals want foundational Black Americans to be African because then they can say that they're African and then we could all just share the money. That's what it's really about. But if we're not the indigenous people, then family, how come we have all of this evidence? Isn't it funny? They're always talking about what evidence as if we don't have the evidence. The evidence, first off, flows through us. And if you don't know that evidence flows through us, then you're already wrong to start off with. However, when you start to examine foundational Black Americans, family, there's all types of American Indian statues. There's American Indian mounds. It's all over the place and everybody sees it. The whole world knows that foundational Black Americans are the original Indians in the United States of America. Again, the only people who don't accept it or acknowledge it are the people who have a monetary excuse that try to prevent it, and those are the scam Africans and the Tontos. You understand? These people have a monetary interest on why they don't want that to be real. It's many, many, many more that we could put on the damn table. But you can see it, I can see it, we can see it, and we'll all watch it with pride and understand. This is the difference between us and them. They don't have any of this. Notice, y'all, you don't see any of those real ancient statues when you start talking about the $2 Tontos. They don't have any of that. Tell me where you've ever seen anything. I don't see that. All I end up seeing is things that start off really around the, 1700s? Okay, when they were starting to team up with the Confederates, you don't see none of that. This is why scam Africanism is trying to take it away from foundational Black Americans so they can make that little deal. You got two people who have a monetary interest in your history. So they're trying to destiny swap. You got the first person who destiny swap with you, which is Tonto. Now you got the second person who's trying to destiny swap with you, and that is the scam African. Family, you can't make it up any better. And family, I want you to remember this, and I'm going to ask you all this question. When it comes to scam Africanism, simple and plain, do you believe and agree with this ideology right here? This is pan-Africanism, according to Dr. Umar. Should we all denounce being an American because we were Africans first? Let me see how y'all feel about it.
What is Pan-Africanism? Pan-Africanism, if I was to sum it up in three basic principles. Number one, all African people are one family. Whether you're in South Africa speaking Zulu or Xhosa, whether you're in Nigeria speaking Yoruba or Igbo, whether you're in Kenya speaking Sai or Kikuyu, whether you're in Senegal speaking Balafo Mandingo, whether you're in South Bronx speaking Ebonics, or in Haiti speaking French, or Brazil speaking Portuguese, we one family. And it doesn't matter what your religion is, whether you're Muslim or Christian or traditional African spiritualist, whether you pledge allegiance to this flag or that flag, whether you're light skin or dark skin, straight hair, nappy hair like mine, one family. And we should identify on the level of our Africanity first. Being African is more important than anything else. Why? Because God made you an African. Everything else you belong to, you chose. You can leave Christianity tomorrow. You can leave Islam tomorrow. You can renounce your South African citizenship tomorrow. I could give up my American citizenship, so-called, tomorrow.
Being an African is more important than anything because everything else we chose. Why do they keep trying to tell us that we chose to be Americans, family? Okay, you don't choose your parents. Okay, you were born into this lineage. It wasn't chosen. This is so they can kind of cater their attacks against us. Make it look like we all woke up and said, we choose. Do you know who chooses to be an American? An immigrant. Them same Africans that he's talking about, those are the ones who choose to be America. You choose to flee. You don't choose to be where you're from. And listen what he says. He said, you can lose all of that tomorrow, but you still are an African because God made you one. Here we go.
Because God made you an African. Everything else you belong to, you chose. You can leave Christianity tomorrow. You can leave Islam tomorrow. You can renounce your South African citizenship tomorrow. I could give up my American citizenship, so-called, tomorrow. You understand? I could never give up being an African. God made us African, and that's what we should identify with first. What is Pan-Africanism?
Damn. That right there is scam Africanism, y'all. That's scam Africanism, according to Dr. Umar. And this is how they've been pushing scam Africanism on Black Americans. Think about all the tethers I just showed you, trying to say we're not indigenous, trying to say that their ancestors are our ancestors and we just go and trade ancestors like baseball cards, right? Think about all that. But also what I want you to think about is the way that they try to speak as if you can just denounce everything. Family, would he apply that same logic to Africans? Because what I could easily sit here and say is that Africans choose to leave Africa. You understand? He said that you are an African because God made you an African. Well, what about all the Africans who left Africa then? What about all of them? Are those Africans not African anymore? Where do you classify them? You're always talking around the people who are fleeing. You always talking around the people who are hopping and skipping and jumping. You don't never talk about the individuals in Africa who are running from their homeland. You notice this, fam? Name me one time you've heard Dr. Umar say anything about Africans that leave Africa, that jackpot. I don't ever hear him mention that at all. Now, we just seen him go over there and go out of his way to tell a bunch of Africans that we are not natives to America. Then how come he doesn't come over here and tell us that half of Africa's leaving Africa? How come he don't tell us out of 54 countries, 48 of them are in debt to the World Bank? How come we don't never hear that? But let me tell you what we have been hearing. We've been hearing brothers and sisters saying, ain't no damn school, ain't no damn donations, and damn sure ain't no scam Africanism. It's a wrap. And now brothers and sisters had them pull that back, and we starting to see what it's really hitting for. That bizarre little rant he went on trying to tell everybody how he needed money, and we were saying that them boys was on him and they was freezing them assets. Family, watch how the certified Black American community is really calling dude out. And now we're seeing, fam, the scam Africanism will scam you at the store, down the street, on the internet, and even with a damn school.
Any of you gave him donations, this shit is gone, gang. He told Charlamagne and them the school was going to be open. When he got the 5 million, I believe that interview for the Breakfast Club, last time I checked, had 5 million views. People all in the comments, yeah, brother. It looked like an old ass message board for the Black Panthers because they, yeah, brother, do your thing. We got your back, Umar Johnson. I'm like, y'all are fools. You believe this man doing anything for these kids? You lost your daggone mind. Any of you gave him donations, this shit is gone, gang. You ain't getting a penny back of nothing that you gave this guy. And when anybody tells you, I'm not even going to respond to people who ask me questions about the school if they haven't previously given me donations already, the people that donated already are the only constituents I need to address. So if you ask him a question about the school and you haven't already donated, he would not say a word to you about it. Any of you gave him donations, this shit is gone, gang. He told Charlamagne and them the school was going to be...
Damn right. Damn right. See, how come he ain't been going over there to Africa and trying to get them Africans to fundraise? Remember all the minerals? Because you know why? He been telling us the other way. He been saying that we need to give our money to them. That's what he been running around here saying. Look what somebody posted the other day, fam, and I need y'all to see this. Look at this. This is what somebody posted 7 days ago. Said, my oldest daughter was in kindergarten when Umar first started doing this. She just graduated this past May from nursing school. I would have never donated back then had I known this is what would have become of Dr. Umar. Yep. Brothers and sisters been out there calling it out. Yeah, that hurts. Ouch. Damn. Remember though, you over there in Africa talking about foundational Black Americans. We not native. You going over there putting dirt on our name for no apparent reason. You going over there disrespecting us for no apparent reason. Don't get mad when brothers and sisters start calling you out now. You understand what I'm talking about? So this is what it was, and this is how it started. And if you examine everything, now the receipts are flowing in. Family, shout out to everybody out there that's been putting it on the line and saying, okay, Umar, we know what it's really about. We know what it's really hitting for, and we know that you really out here fronting, okay? We know that you really out here fronting, and you're getting called out for it the same way Pan-Africanism. That's why I say, fam, Pan-Africanism is losing again. And at this point, I don't know if Pan-Africanism can take too many more losses because them losses are starting to compound. They really starting to compound. Brothers and sisters done pulled out some of these receipts on this school, and it ain't looking too good. I want to say shout out to the family who've been really holding it down, and y'all watch this right here.
Listen. It is over for the Prince of Pan-Africanists. It is over for the Prince of Pan-Africanists. I'm going to say it again. It is over for the Prince of Pan-Africanists. Now, listen, we're going to go to 2 documents. I need y'all to keep your attention span up. This dude owes over $75,000 for the schools, and he got until the 25th of this month. We'll get right into it. Before they sell.
The 25th of this month, $70,000+. Streets is talking. Scam African losing.
The school. I got to give a shout out to Lennon Honor. All right, let's get right into it.
Shout out to Lennon Honor. Straight up. He been on Umar bumper for a minute. Shout out to him. Certified salute.
I'm going to hold you up. Now, as of Tuesday, August 5th of 2025, a judgment has been made. Type in status. Judgment. Let's get right into it. I'm going to hold you up. Please keep your attention span intact. So we're just going to read. All right, we're going to skip all that. We're going to go to August 6th. 2025 judgment is entered jointly and severally against Frederick Douglass, Marcus Garvey, RBG International Leadership Academy Incorporation, tax parcel number Judgment amounts to be paid as follows. Judgment amount $17,810.77 water and sewer charges.
God damn! Really? Really, family? This is what we talking about? You ain't even hiding the scamming at this point. Y'all look at your screen right here, family. Look at your screen. Right there. Judgment amounts to be paid as the following. There you go. Water and sewage. The man got fees on top of fees and can't cop a plea. This is grime work, fam. Ain't no way in hell you was talking about building no school with none of this. Look at that right there. You can't even make up these fees, fam. If you sit there and try to make fees up, it ain't going to add up to this. But this is his life.
$1,854.17 exterior improvement. Nigga, goddamn. Charges $156. Vacant registration fee. $15,000 and $500. Civil penalty charges is $300. Now let's do the math. Now at first I thought if you would have added, because I thought the $17,810.77 was the total amount of these charges, but it isn't. But if you do $1,854.17 and $156.60 with the $15,500 and the $300, that comes up to approximately $16,000 and some change. Okay, so that doesn't amount to $17,810. You can do the math yourself. I'll leave it paused for a minute so y'all can see it.
Do the math.
It comes out to 16-something thousand, right? So when you add the 17,810 with the 1,800, the 156, the 15,300, it comes up to approximately $33,951.54.
Breathe. Goddamn. Hold up. Wait a minute. Let's breathe for a minute. What the hell are we hearing? This is how much money you owe Dr. Kubar? Nah, bruh. This is why you got that whole charade last week saying his bank accounts was frozen. Your bank accounts wasn't frozen. Get on out of here. And if it was frozen, it wasn't because your ex-girlfriend. It was because of this. I want everybody to focus on the screen right here. Look at this right here, family. And let me tell you how he got real slimy with the paperwork. Look at this, y'all. Initial filings, motions, see attachment for judgment details, date, document. August 6, 2025, judgment is entered, okay? But I want you to scan on right past, family, and look at to be paid as following. Judgment amount, water and sewage charges, exterior improvement charges, vacate registration fee, civil penalty charges, $300 right there. Go underneath that. The initial complaint date document, August 6, 2025. Motion. You can see also on top of that, and you go at the bottom of it, you can see the issue date. You can see that it was there again. But where he got real tricky with it, family, is right here. Dr. Kubar ended up putting all of these schools and everything. Look how he did it with the names. City of Wilmington, okay? Then you got Scott Wilcox. But look, he's got under the name Frederick Douglass Marcus Garvey, chopped up. RBG International Leadership Academy, chopped up. He was chopping up the names. So the fact that the names are chopped up right there, family, what that ends up doing is trying to basically be a little fraudulent and knocking off the basis to where it's hard to detail it and hard to find it. Probably so, brothers and sisters, and shout out to the brothers and sisters who posted all this, so they couldn't find him on that damn return money.
$650.75 vacant registration fee. $15,726.70. Civil penalty charges, $200. Now, when you add all of this up, the $20,000, the $4,600, the $15,000, and the $200, it comes up to approximately $41,154.09. Now, the other one, if you add what I just said, $41,154.09 with the other one, $33,951.54, comes up to approximately $75,106.44.
Crazy.
What the fuck had this nigga been doing with the money? Is he on drugs? Is he on crack? Do he has a gambling problem? He just said his stuff got frozen, brother, for some illegal activities. Family, come on now.
Now,
Damn.
if your bank account got frozen because of illegal activity, what they would do, they will contact you first. So how did you go 2 weeks without even taking no money out, without buying nothing, or whatever the case may be? But if there was some suspicion or fraud activity on your account that has nothing to do with you, they will contact you. They will they basically freeze that account or just cancel that account and issue you a new bank card, a new banking and routing, accounting and routing number, and all that stuff until everything gets resolved. So, but long story short, I'm not gonna kill y'all. I'm not gonna talk your head off. But what the fuck is he doing with that bread? How did you owe him all this money? August 5th, August 6th. That was 4 days ago. And you talking about your shit is frozen and you ain't never asked nobody for money. Look at the shit that's going on with you, your daughter, your whole family debacle. Y'all really have to pay attention to the stuff that he doesn't say. Check out my live that I just did tonight. It was a great live.
Shout out to the brother right there, family, for holding it down. Much respect. Check this out. This is what we mean by that, family. This is what we mean. When people break it down thoroughly, and I'm talking about thoroughly, when you truly examine it, the main thing that you're going to see and the main thing that you're going to witness when it comes to Dr. Umar is the same scamming over and over. And every time he does one of these things, what he does, he always makes a video and he calls out haters. Okay, that's one of his tactics, right? He'll do something funny style, and then immediately he'll come back and talk about the haters. That's what he does a lot of the times. And that's how he kind of throws people off. He makes it look like everybody's out to get him. People are just trying to stop him. That's the way that he kind of issues his statements to really just avoid. It's evasion, all right? It's evasion in the way that they try to spin everything. Check this out right here, fam. He came out right after that and he ended up addressing it. And he had the same type of hustle that he uses all the damn time. Watch this right here. This is what we mean by it, y'all. Check this out.
Instigators and defamers. That's all we gonna say. That's all we ain't got no more words. We ain't got no more words, brothers and sisters. I'm at the Frederick Douglass Marcus Garvey Academy. The accounts are still frozen. We're looking into it. The accounts are still frozen, brothers and sisters. We're supposed to hear back Friday. We're supposed to hear back Friday. That sounds like Monday to me. The bank is giving us the runaround. We ain't got our check back. So we're about to operate attorneys. Attorneys is about to get involved because we were told that when your account gets canceled, you're supposed to get your refund check for the amount that was in the account. We have not received that yet. So there's some funny business going on right now, brothers and sisters. There's some funny business going on right now, brothers and sisters. They messing with our bills. They messing with our automatic payments. They messing up a lot of stuff with this frozen account. They froze me and they froze the school. That's all right. That's all right. We're going to stay patient. We're going to stay positive, and we're going to see.
Fam, with what money is he getting lawyers? Somebody tell me where you got those type of expenses that are not paid, that type of debt that's been amounted, and you got money for lawyers. I'm just saying, I don't think lawyers is coming. I'm just keeping it real.
What they say on Friday, no later than Monday. But we need our check back so we can open up a new account and keep the ball rolling. There's a lot of people saying a lot of things. I'm only going to say this to the Ifa Tunde faithful. Don't get put in the book of Negroes. We say this to the defamers, the instigators, and the haters. All YouTubian struggle streamers out there. First of all, I get 67 million hits on my Instagram a month, more than every.
And you are $70,000 in debt to a school where you collected millions of dollars. This has nothing to do with what people are calling you out on. I want everybody to notice when somebody cannot attack your argument, they start trying to attack you. Doesn't it seem like once every 3 months he makes this video where he's going in on people and talking about his credentials, and then he throws in the black women forever, snow bunnies never, just to kind of like misdirect you? He does this like every 3 months. This is how he does it. And we just keeping it real. I'm only basing it off of what he's saying. I'm only basing it off of what he does. Somebody calls him out on legitimate claims. Then he throws this little TikTok or whatever this is, Instagram, says that he's the #1 requested scholar, black women forever, snow bunnies never. He gets the most hits. And then next thing you know, we're not talking about the debt no more. Until now, we're going to continue talking about the damn debt. We won't be misdirected.
Everybody else in the conscious community put together. Let me say it again. I get 67 million hits a month on my Instagram, more than everybody else in the conscious community put together. So my struggle streamers keep on struggling to bring me down. Oh, yes. Struggle streamers keep on struggling to bring me down. Oh, yes. With your 5,000 views, your 20,000 views, your 800 views, your 50,000 views. Struggle streamers, keep on trying to take down King Kong. I want you to keep on trying to take down King Kong with my sick.
First off, pause. Okay. Take down King Kong. Pause. No Diddy. He need to say no Diddy about 5 times. Okay. So let's make that clear. Second off, yeah, but all of those people that you talking about, they got receipts on you and they not broke and they haven't collected millions of dollars in donations. They not under heat from them boys. So you need to get some more like those individuals you talking about. Let's keep it real.
67 million Instagram views a month. What y'all going to do when my Go Live channel is ready? What are y'all going to do when my independent Go Live channel is ready? I'm going to kill the whole movement, brothers and sisters. Instigate.
Damn. I'm just keeping it real. I'm just keeping it all the way real. This is what we're talking about. I don't know who Dr. Umar, somebody says who's he talking to. I don't know who he's talking to. I know he ain't talking to me because I'm going to be honest with you. I outclassed Dr. Umar just last year. Dr. Umar didn't have no year. Has Dr. Umar, you ever been on the scene of hate crime? You ever been on scene of hate crime? Just for anybody out there, okay? Because I don't know who he talking about. Maybe the brother that got the receipts on him. Shout out to the brother with the receipts. I know he ain't talking about me. You ran up on the vice president 3 times? You been on the scene of a hate crime? You ever did that? No? Okay, cool. Until you do that, then you ain't nowhere on my level. Matter of fact, nobody is. That's why we the #1 activist, not the #1 scammer. Big difference, family. So when we talking about receipts and we talking about work, the work speaks for itself. Easy, easy, easy. But when we talk about hustling, scamming, that's who we talking about, and that's the way they go. You understand? When you rock with the certified foundational Black American side of things, we keep everything open. We keep everything on the front line. And we ain't sitting out here trying to misdirect people. See, we come at the individual in the world like this. This is how we come with it, okay? Everything we say, everything we do, I want everybody to notice that foundational Black Americans, we're very transparent. We tell everybody, nobody's bigger than the code. That right there was ego talking, okay? I got this and I got that. You running around here with 3, 4, 5 baby mamas. You know what I'm saying? It's not the way it's supposed to be. And you know the sad part about it is I actually rock with Umar. And I met Dr. Umar before. And I rock with Umar to a degree. But he's one of these people where history's passing them by because the jealousy, the envy, and the spite. There were people back in the day that did good work, and then eventually they end up losing their mind and their bearings because their ideology wasn't chosen by the people. Your ideology wasn't chosen by the people. The people don't rock with Pan-African, fam. You were Pan-African in the lineage-based movement. This is the lineage-based era. This is the foundational Black American movement. This is the reparations generation. Nobody's talking about being a foreigner right now except for you. You picking the wrong thing. You the person that did not want to reconstruct during Reconstruction. You're the person who did not want to leave the plantation when we were revolting. You're the person who didn't want the civil rights when brothers and sisters was fighting for civil rights. You didn't want empowerment when we were fighting for empowerment. You on the wrong side of history. And that's okay. Just accept it. But don't go over to Africa talking reckless. Let me say this about everybody out there. Notice foundational Black Americans wouldn't have smoke for these people if they didn't run their mouth. Dr. Umar, if you didn't come out and you didn't crap on foundational Black American reparations, say we don't deserve them, you got the same reparations plan as Dr. Phil. Dr. Phil said in February, we don't need reparations. And then you came right after him in March, okay, and said we don't need reparations. How the hell Dr. Phil and Dr. Umar both got the same reparations plan in that we don't need no money, okay? And your reparations plan, if we ever get it, includes the whole world. Right now, we're trying to stop globalization of reparations because we understand what they're going to try to do with it. You trying to globalize our reparations. You want the whole damn FBA to share it. He said it. He said, we need to take our money and fund Africa. So Africa, the richest continent on the planet, with all those great countries that they tell us about, we supposed to give them our money. That's how it is. Remember this, fam. If the Tethers were just quiet, they just kept their head down, they just worked hard in Niga, we wouldn't say nothing. Same goes for Dr. Kubar. If Dr. Kubar was just quiet, he was out there trying to build allegiances and all that without undercutting us, everything will be good. It's the undercutting that becomes the problem. That's what becomes the problem. So no. You may be talking about some YouTubers that never leave the house, but you ain't talking about the #1 activist family. Because when it comes to foundational Black American empowerment activists, I'm at the top. I'm the king of the goddamn hill. Okay, I'm not the scammer who's trying to get $1. And when I tell people these folks is out here scamming, let me tell you what it is. And I say that with conviction. Check this out. This brother is out here doing some real fraudulent things that some brothers and sisters kind of picked up on a few months ago. How many of you guys remember that he ended up having his school vandalized? I want everybody to just do the research, fam. We only go where the research goes. Ain't nobody piling on nobody. We just keeping it real. Remember when this happened a few months ago? Shout out to my sister, Nikki the God. I see you, beloved. I got to quote my uncle who's listening in Ohio. I don't know, dog. I don't know. This look real fishy and real iffy. Family, vandalizing of his school that he's already in question about. Then a bizarre tirade about his bank accounts being frozen where he blamed his girlfriend like she's got the access to do that. Then following that, his school coming under massive debt that he's probably going to get repossessed. This looks like insurance fraud. This looks like insurance fraud. And remember, if you didn't run your mouth about foundational Black Americans giving our reparations away, if you didn't say that we don't deserve reparations, if you didn't have the same reparations plan as Roland Martin and Dr. Phil, I would let this slide. But goddamn it, I ain't going to, because I'm the #1 activist and I do what the fuck I want. This looks like insurance fraud, family. And you know what? What strikes me is that's one of the only few times that we've ever seen the inside of the school. Because a lot of brothers and sisters are like, hey, Umar, how come you don't ever show the inside of the school? And the time that you show us the inside of the school is the time that you're showing us the inside of the school where it was vandalized. I don't believe that. I'm just going to be honest with you, everybody. I truly, genuinely do not believe that happened. I believe that that was a setup. Now, I'm not saying Dr. Umar did it. Maybe someone else did it. But what I will say is whoever the hell did it, I don't believe it. I believe that that situation was contrived. And had all the other situations that have occurred immediately following that did not occur, you might get some grace. See, the grace is over with. All right. There's really no reason for grace with these people anymore. First off, nobody gives us grace. Hell, they attacked us when we didn't even say nothing. But why would you give grace to individuals who are talking that type of talk, doing that type of action, when you've been sitting back and they've been going over to foreign countries saying that we don't deserve reparations? Family, let me tell you about reparations, okay? I, just like you, take reparations very serious. I take our erasure very serious. And I don't give a damn who you are coming out and telling foundational Black Americans that you don't think we should get money because we're irresponsible. That is irresponsible. And quite frankly, that's op. That's op energy. It's very op time. And op time has to be absolutely dealt with. So therefore, I'm looking at that situation and I don't believe you, Dr. Umar. I really don't. I think that right there was a scam, right up the alley of a scam African and right up the alley of somebody who's got something to hide. You got something to hide. And no one ever sees these schools ever until that occurs. So when that occurs, then we see the inside of the school. Any other time, you always shoot those videos. Y'all notice he always shoots them damn videos from the outside. It'd be snowing outside. And he'd be out there in the cold, snow flying, and don't ever take you inside. And if he ever does take you inside, notice the camera's always low and you don't ever really see it. You notice that, right? Okay, let me show you this right here. This is another brother that came out and he was saying the same exact thing, breaking down the same stats, and it all goes back to Umar looking funny style. One more back.
Umar Johnson owes the feds around $40,000 in penalties and is probably going to lose that school. It's also why he's asking you guys for so much money every single day. See, if you go to courtconnects.gov and then put in 2 case numbers or put in Frederick Douglass Marcus Garvey Academy, you're going to find 2 very, very ridiculous citations stating that on one building, they owe $17,810.77. And on the other, they owe $20,577.45. When I say they, I mean Umar. The trick of it is he's been putting the name down as Frederick Douglass Marcus Garvey, RBG International Leadership.
That's what I was talking about. That's what I'm talking about, fam. Watch the name play. Watch it.
Putting the name down as Frederick Douglass Marcus Garvey, RBG International Leadership Academy, Inc. But here's the really big kicker. See how that says vacant registration fee? See how that says $15,000? And see how it says $15,000 over here too? Well, if you take a look above my head, you'll see that you receive a new financial penalty every year that this building is vacant, culminating in $5,000 at the 10-year mark. However, there's an additional $500 every year after. Now, I'm going to ask you, if it stops at $5,000 at 10 years of vacancy, but he owes collectively around $30,000 between both buildings in those vacant registration fees, did Umar Johnson ever buy this building, or did he just slap his name on it?
Whoa, game changer, game changer. Damn, more receipts are coming out. And The community on you now, bro. This is beyond anybody on the internet. These are just folks calling it out now. Now the community starting to have some real questions about your behavior. The way you putting the names on there, fam, we know, fam, put it this way. If this was being done by Julio Romero Estrada, we'd be calling it out. It's the same thing. See, we keep the same energy with everybody. Everybody get the same energy, right? That's what I'm talking about. So you got to wonder. It looks very vacant. You know what? I promise you this. I told my homeboy, and I'm talking about maybe 7 years ago, and I didn't really want it to happen, but I told my homeboy, I said, man, Umar gonna go to jail, bro, because I was concerned. You know, I like Dr. Umar. Much respect to Umar. It ain't nothing to do with anything other than I respect Dr. Umar on some black empowerment. When you start getting inside house, he's a whole different person. He's completely lost. He's on some clown time. And I was telling my partner, I was like, it looked like Umar going to go to jail. And this is before all of this came out. You understand what I'm talking about? This is before all of this came out. And then also, I want everybody to see this right here. Look at this. Check this out. Destroying one's own property to file a fraudulent insurance claim is a serious crime known as hard insurance fraud. This is distinct from soft fraud, which typically involves exaggerating and otherwise legitimate claim. Hard fraud is a premeditated act with the specific intent to deceive the insurance company for financial gain. Family, didn't I just tell y'all that scam Africanism is just one big financial gain? Didn't I tell you that scam Africanism is nothing more than a monetary hustle? Scam Africanism is truly about 10% about Africa and 90% about money. This is why scam Africans are always coming after FBA for our money. I want you to see it. And if you see it, then you believe it. That's exactly what I believe the whole vandalism of his school was. And if I think this at bare minimum, and if you think this at bare minimum, then what you think them boys is thinking? What do you think them folks is thinking? They thinking the same thing, if not worse. So this goes to show you as well what we're talking about. It looks very fraudulent on all angles from all perspectives. And if we thinking that, oh shit, you don't want to know what them folks is thinking. They're thinking the same exact thing, y'all. So that goes to show you it ain't looking too good. By the way, we're going to monitor that 25th because when that 25th get here, we're going to really see what it is. But here's the thing. You're doing pan-Africanism and injustice. You're not helping pan-Africanism with your babble, with your talk and all that stuff you be saying. Pan-Africans, this is why we view them as ops, because they've had every opportunity to align themselves with what we say. Not allies, because we're not seeking allies with anybody. But Pan-Africans had the opportunity to say, we're going to build my house over here. Y'all build your house, and maybe we can do some type of business, okay? Maybe we can at least have some type of understanding. Pan-Africans didn't do that. Pan-Africans said, we want your money, and I want your donations. I'm not going to ask from Africa. I'm not going to talk good about y'all. I'm going to talk good about them. I'm going to put it in y'all face all the time. That's how they came with it. So now we just saying, forget them then. And it is what it is. And brothers and sisters now are coming out saying, listen, for the whole Pan-African movement, all the receipts is laid out on the table. There ain't much more to say other than the law going to have to deal with you, and them donations is going to turn into incarcerations. And I'm just keeping it real. Y'all look at this right here. This is how the streets and people are saying about Dr. Umar.
Pan-Africanism is dead and Umar killed it. Dr. Umar, stop begging for money. I am so sick of this. Listen, I am nowhere near as famous as Umar, but I've done so much damn activism without asking you for a damn dime. Let me show you what I do for a living. And to see Umar and Pan-Africanists, that's called a job, or as our Afro-Latino brothers would call it, a yob. Okay, I have a yob. I ain't got to see him pull off scams. I'm so sick of Tethers and people who are Pan-Africanists with all these goddamn scams. I'm a hard-working farmer, a hard-working FBA farmer. We have nothing in goddamn common. Pan-Africanism is damn dead, and Umar put it on life support.
There are 54 countries that cannot depend on each other. Why can't Africans depend on other Africans? Africa's a continent, not a country. Why do they have to run to the UK or run to America for refuge instead of depending on their neighboring countries? I mean, is the whole continent doing that bad? Why can't they depend on each other? Why do they have to depend on something Black Americans have built and come over here and eat up our resources? We're half Caribbean. Why aren't you depending on neighboring African countries? Why do you depend on us for everything? Why do we have to open up our borders to you? We don't owe you anything. The same way that the Caribbeans don't owe you anything. The same way that we don't owe the Caribbeans anything. Nobody, and eat up our resources. Out of 54 countries in Africa, why can't you depend on any of those other countries? Why do you have to depend on the UK or America?
Hey, Africans, I have a question for you. Why do y'all keep asking people where they really from when they tell you they from America? Say, I'm from America. I'm from Alabama. Why is that not good enough? Jamaica, that's good enough for me, bitch. So why when Black Americans say, I'm from Alabama, I'm from New York, I'm from Florida, you got to be like, no, but where are you really from? Florida. They're from Florida. Everybody they know is from Florida. So why is that not enough for you? Why do they have to? But like, oh, but you don't know where you really come from? That's the stuff people do. Where are you really from? Stop doing that. Stop doing that.
Y'all don't know, bro. Stop trying to tell Black Americans who we are. I just want to know what the obsession is about. Why are y'all so obsessed with telling us who we are? Why are y'all so obsessed on trying to educate me or us on what we've been doing, where we come from, how we got here, and what we did here? What's the obsession about? Y'all not obsessed about why y'all don't got power in Africa, why y'all don't got sewers, why y'all don't got running hot water. You not obsessed about nothing over there, but you obsessed about how an African American categorizes him or herself. I'm confused, bro. I'm confused generally. Y'all get on this internet. Y'all try to talk about Black Americans like dogs. Y'all get on this internet. Y'all try to educate us. How the fuck you gonna educate me when you have to bring your ass halfway across the world all the way here with me to go to my schools? How you gonna educate me on anything? Seriously, especially when it comes to me and my heritage. That's the crazy part, okay? I'm sick and tired of this shit. Africans versus Black Americans, at whatever y'all want to call us, whatever. Foundational Black Americans, whatever. Stop trying to tell us about ourselves. Stop trying to educate me on who I come from.
Pan-Africanism is dead and Umar it.
There you go. That's how it's been. That's how it is. And if you don't like it, you need to change your ways. I've been telling them, get your Tether priorities in order. That's exactly, Tether parasites. That's exactly what it is. And you're getting called on it. And people understand no longer are you going to run around here and just dismiss foundational Black Americans and try to give us lectures. That disrespectful stuff ain't playing. Family, don't let nobody tell you anything about how you moving, how you shaking, and the way you functioning. Foundational Black Americans, we know what time it is. We know where we at with it. We know this our homeland. There ain't nothing to be taught at the second. I seen somebody earlier, by the way. Let me address something real quick, okay? Since we in here and we rocking. Somebody earlier I seen make a comment and said, when are we going to start focusing on reparations again and not just going after tethers that we disagree with? Who the hell said that we stop talking about reparations? That's the $1 million question. Fam, be careful of these people who are trying to modify what we say and what we do so they can attack us from their own little angle, okay? When the hell did we say we ain't focused on reparations? Are we not right now stopping the African Union from trying to get our reparations? That looked like a ploy. That sounds like some real African stuff, okay? Let's keep that real. Be careful of the people who say, FBA, y'all's not a lineage, you a group, ain't you? Y'all got leaders, don't you? They're trying to modify us. Everyone knows exactly who we are. Everyone knows exactly what our goals are. Everyone knows exactly it's about reparations. Everybody knows that. Anybody else who comes around us is being disingenuous, and they're doing it with a purpose. These people are not operating from the aspect of trying to learn about FBA. They already know about FBA. How in the hell don't you know about us when foundational Black Americans, we the most uncut, real, to the point people on the planet? 1 minute they get mad at FBA so real and direct. Then the next minute they act like they don't know what those real and direct people are saying. You can never misconstrue or confuse what a real ass person is saying. You may get a lot of things twisted in your life. You'll never get twisted what a Black American is saying, because we don't duck and dodge. We don't talk around. We talk right to your ass. We say reparations. We say lineage-based. We say tangibles. We say resources. How in the hell did you twist that up? Or is it that you never twisted it up? You're just pretending like you did so you can come at us with a straw man argument. That's where we at now. So no, whoever ran that little comment saying, when we gonna focus on reparations and quit talking about tethers, that sound like it came from a tether. That was tether talk, okay? Trying to make us believe that things is different than what it really is, and we don't know yet. No, we know exactly what time we're on. And by the way, let me say this as well. Foundational Black Americans, we some multitaskers, all right? We know exactly what it is. And also, tethers want your reparations. See, this is the thing. You cannot separate where we're moving right now. There's like 3 or 4 movements inside of one movement right now. You can't separate them, family. You can't separate tethers from your reparations, because who the ones that got their ashy little knuckles trying to steal your reparations bag? It's the damn tethers. Who the hell you think is running around here trying to take what you got? It's the damn tethers. So if you're running around here thinking that one is over here, the other's over there, oh, you sadly mistaken. You sadly mistaken. So no, we're not out here falling for that game. We're not falling for the we all Black brother neither. See, that we all Black brother, that's got a lot of folks running around here now trying to make it look like what we're doing is unclear. Now we're in the air family. They're trying to make our movement very unclear because we're so clear. Did y'all see that Nigerian lady who came out and she had an issue on American Airlines? And she basically tried to come over here and bring a damn stroller that was the size of a damn love sofa. And the people at American Airlines said, you can't bring that. First thing she did was ran to the internet and tell Black Americans we need to go help her. And Black Americans said, no, we're not helping you at all. Tell those people at American Airlines that you not Black. Did y'all see that? I don't know if y'all seen that. So this is where they're doing it. They're always now trying to reshape things into their image so they can get it in their way. They want it in their way, okay? So brothers and sisters came out and was like, oh, no, you on your own. Because remember, you got rid of all that diaspora love when y'all told us we was Akata. Y'all got rid of all that allyship when y'all said that we was Akata. When we got told to work harder. Well, work harder, you work harder. And if that's the case, then don't come over here asking FBA for anything. Let me show y'all this. I'm going to show y'all this and how it played out. And brothers and sisters, shut this down ASAP. And that's how we're doing. We shutting everything down. We're staying focused on ourselves. All the twisting and tangling, you better twist and tangle. Y'all watch this right here.
So this morning at 5 a.m., 2 exhausted parents traveling with 2 sleeping babies. We've flown countless times. We're told by American stroller, the same stroller we've gate checked without issue on Southwest and United had to be dropped off at baggage. No empathy, no compromise, just refusal. But what broke us wasn't just the grueling walk through TSA with heavy children in our arms. It was watching as families in the same line were allowed to keep their strollers. Same setup, same flight process, different treatment. We were told our stroller was different. The only difference is the color of our skin. We pleaded, we explained, we even showed prior gate check tags. But these 3 women at the counter didn't flinch.
No, don't start talking about the color of your skin. You told me that you wasn't Black, you was Nigerian. Don't talk that, and don't talk about these 3 white women. These 3 white women, you mean the same white folks that y'all always try to lecture us that we need to be like them? The same white folks that every time you make a little TikTok video, you say, how come Black Americans don't act more like white folks? Y'all see the flippity floppity? Listen to her voice too, trying to be all dramatic. It's we came and we don't know. Nah, you need to know that you weren't Black over there, you ain't Black here.
They looked us in the eye as our babies slept soundly, and still they said no. To every parent of color, to every mother, to every this is a warning. American Airlines didn't just inconvenience us, they humiliated us. They reminded us that in their eyes, our struggle, our humanity didn't matter. We will not be silent. We will not let this slide. Discrimination, especially one that makes babies suffer, should never be a part of flying. And as long as American Airlines chooses to turn compassion into cruelty, families like mine will take our love, our money, and our dignity elsewhere. Please share this, tag them, let them know we are done. To everyone debating whether our special child stroller wagon qualifies, let's set the record straight with facts, not ignorance. We traveled with a pediatric stroller wagon, lightweight, collapsible, within 20 pounds, used as a mobility aid for our 4-year-old daughter who cannot walk independently. When American Airlines forced us to check it in at baggage, despite our explanation and supporting documentation, they violated our rights under the Air Carrier Access Act, which protects individuals with disabilities. CFR subsection 382121 of the ACAA mandates that assistive devices used by individuals with disabilities must be accepted for transport in the cabin or as priority baggage. Gate checking must be permitted if needed by the individual immediately after deplaning. God, you don't decide what our child needs. The law does, and the law is on our side. And the law is on our side. This isn't about a brand or stroller. It's about ableism, discrimination, and a systemic failure to respect children with.
Oh, now they want to talk about discrimination. Now it's discrimination. Notice how quick, family, these people come over here and they start talking about discrimination and all people who's black needs to get together. Nope.
Invisible disabilities and the families caring for them. We will not be shamed for advocating for our child or for advocating for ourselves. We will not be silenced. We will hold American Airlines accountable, and we will continue to speak out until change happens.
So I know you guys probably heard the major story about the Nigerian woman who traveled with her friend and her kids, and they were accosted on the airplane, right? They said the women at the counter would not let them bring the same strollers that they've been traveling with all along, right? But they let all the people have their strollers. And then the Nigerian woman, she said they did it because she was black, okay? So to any Africans that run into this problem from abroad, any of you Africans traveling from any of you countries in that continent, I want you guys to do this. If you have a complaint, you let the white people know you're not black, you're Africans. Tell them you're Nigerians or Congolesians, wherever you come from. Just tell them, oh, no. You probably think I'm a black person. Oh, I'm not a Kata. I'm African. And you guys should be fine.
Hold on, wait. Not the Nigerian woman on this American internet crying about American Airlines not letting her on her African stroller. The stroller was African. Hold on, wait. Next time you have this problem, you need to tell them that you are not black. You are not black. Your mother told you stay with the black and go to America. But what did not tell you is to how to magically make your skin white. Because to the black people, you look like the black people. So even though you stay away from the black people, you still are a black person. Okay? American Island gets no American internet and cry to the black people because we know stand behind you. Not for a second. I agree with American Airlines. Take your stroller back to Africa. That's your problem. That's what y'all mama did tell y'all. She didn't tell you how to change that skin sticker. Now y'all on this map talking about how, oh, you guys have to watch out for the police. And this police is not killing us, shooting us, and they're not. Why y'all come over here to get to say racism? Somebody needs to explain that to me in your language, okay? Why do y'all come over here? You talk about the injustice that black people receive, then you get you onto flight, and you come here where the black people receive the injustice. The math is not math, okay? Even here. Now, I know you guys are smarter over there, but you come here to get the American education that we fought for. But why isn't your math mathing over here? So now what you have to do is bring your African people to American Airlines and fight for your rights, because guess who not? Guess who not? Humble pie? We not. There's nobody to cry to because you decided to separate the two. Just like you mommy taught you. Okay? Okay.
So this morning,
D-Zam, man, oh man, I had to let that ride. Man, do we look like we give a damn? Do foundational Black Americans look like we care? No, the hell we don't. Hold your own, Mr. Fufu. Hold your own. So you see how quick it turns into we need to help them. We need to get on the same page as them. We all Black brothers. See, we got it all figured out. We got them all mapped out. We not y'all. Foundational Black Americans, we know exactly when you fronting, when you lying. We know when you trying to hustle us to scam us. We got to deal with supremacy all day. You think a minion of supremacy gonna fool us? Hell to the no, y'all not. And this is why they so mad and angry and upset. Scam Africanism is over. And remember, scam Africanism is not just somebody who says that they're a scam African. It goes for the Uber driver. It goes for the person walking down the street. It goes for the person walking up the block. Scam Africanism comes in a whole bunch of different ways, and foundational Black Americans know it all, okay? When you know somebody ain't wearing deodorant, that's a scam Africanism. Whether they say they are or they're not, that's what they do. And since we've been going down this list and we've been checking a lot of people, and a lot of people been getting that work, family, let me tell you what else got these people so upset, so broken, so battered, and so ashamed. One is that African American is gone, so you can't cling on to us with the term African American no more, right? Pan-African, that term in the streets is over. Remember, pan means all. So that just means everybody. I told you, in Pan-Africanism, it's all lives matter. Everybody out in the world is a Pan-African according to them. Everybody is, okay? When you start breaking it down and they don't have terms no more, so that's what we did. We stripped the terms away. How's the Black and brown working? Are all of those brown folks able to steal from the Black folks when the Black folks say there ain't no Black and brown? Hell no. How are the Pan-Africans able to steal from FBA when FBA say we not African? Hell no. And another thing that we've been doing, family, and I've been waiting to get this one. One thing you ain't going to do is come over here and disrespect foundational Black Americans. And again, you're not going to go after foundational Black Americans who are not here able to defend themselves. And there was a certain individual with a certain genre who came from a certain continent that they've been trying to push off on a certain lineage, and a certain lineage said, hell no. And this certain person put out an album, and the album did a backflip somersault the same way the Essence Festival did, the same way Busta Rhymes' career, the same way Fat Joe's. Y'all, how many of y'all remember when they was trying to push Tyler like she was Aaliyah? Hell, Tyler was trying to act like she was the new Aaliyah. Yeah, we gonna go there. Put Tyler's name on the list of scam African tethers that we done got out the paint. You can go down the list. You can go up the list. You can start from the left. You can go clockwise, counterclockwise, and back again. Tyler's album did a damn triple somersault flip, landed on its face, and she will never be around foundational Black Americans again because all we do is win, and tethers cannot swim. Look at this right here. Tyler wears a blue version of Aaliyah's Roberto whatever the hell animal print dress from the 2000 MTV VMAs. That picture that you're seeing right here on your screen is the definition of a tether. That's tether right there, family. I want everybody to see that's a tether. You were tethering in to the great Aaliyah, and you thought it was sweet. And you based your whole career off of trying to be Aaliyah. Let's keep it real, y'all. And they was trying to make it look like she was going to be the next thing. She had all of these people that were pushing her. And now that album done came out and it did a backflip. And I heard on the way down, it ran into Burner Boy, as well as all of those damn want to be FBAs. How did all that Afro beats explosion and takeover work out? Y'all remember just 2 years ago when they had the whole Afro beats at the, what was it, the NBA All-Star Weekend? And it was the worst ratings that they ever had. Y'all remember that? Yeah, it's the same exact thing. Same exact thing. And right now, all of the South Africans are going crazy on the internet right now. They're so mad. And guess who they blaming for Tyler's album doing the damn backflip? Okay? And not a backflip that landed, a backflip that fell. They're blaming Black American women. That's exactly who it is. Because Tyler came over here and she thought she was going to be like Aaliyah. You can't be like Aaliyah. Hell no. Never that. The same way they always think they're going to be like somebody. They sit back, they watch, they examine, and they bite the whole style of foundational Black American brothers and sisters. That's just what they do. That, like we said, is the definition of a tether. And if you watch, that's exactly what she did. And now they're saying, well, her album failed because Black American women didn't support her. And I would say the album failed because it was trash, and Black American women didn't support it because Black American women and men, we don't support tethers. Now watch them coming out here, family. And boy, the Fleeman foreheads is mad at y'all, sisters. Let me talk to my sisters right now. Y'all done pissed off every freedman forehead from Jamaica all the way to the Congo. I ain't telling no lies. Watch this.
Topic. Black Americans have no right to tell South Africans that Tyler must identify as Black. As we've seen in the past week, the colored community can be very anti-Black and racist. So how are you going to force people who don't share the same lived experience as us? In apartheid, they were seen as above Black people and therefore had a little bit more privileges than us. We've seen the horrible things that some of them had to say about us just because a few Black men on a podcast said something. All of a sudden, it was directed towards all Black South African women. So you cannot come here and erase my identity as a Black South African woman and tell me that I need to be grouped and lived experience as a Black person. No. A woman who looks mixed and me are not going to have the same experience, babe, in South Africa and outside. So you cannot come and tell me that she needs to be the image for Black South African women.
Fam, there go that colorism. Listen to how she's talking, y'all. A mixed person or someone with light skin would not have the same privilege as me. See, that's different than us here in America. That's different. In here in America, fam, we come in all different shades. You'll never see a Black American man or woman, no matter what shade we are, sitting there talking about some, you would never expect us to have the same experience. Shit, my light-skinned brother or my light-skinned sister, she gonna have the same experience as us. We don't do all that colorism. She just sat there and told you that they suffer from colorism. She just straight up said it. She just sat there and admitted what we've been saying for the longest amount of time. I'm telling y'all, listen to how they talk, and they talk the complete contrast of FBA. They don't talk nothing like us, family. You can hear it. She's sitting there saying that we need to view Tyler a certain way and how it is because in her village, Black is this and brown is that. We ain't like that. Hold on, let me see y'all faces. Hold up. Wait a minute. I'll get back to that babble in a minute. Notice, fam, when they talk, you can hear all the many things that differ them from FBA. And I'm talking about it's a big gap. When she sat there and just told everybody that Tyler in her home country and her, that person talking right there, have two different experiences. FBA, we ain't got that kind of vibe. You got half of us have a light-skinned or dark-skinned brother or sister, okay? Half of us do. I don't know how many brothers and sisters be like, yo, I'm lighter than my brother. I'm lighter than my sister. It's just how it is. Or I'm darker. It don't matter. That's just how we are. We would never sit there and say something along the lines of, how could you expect her to have different privileges? How can you expect her to be different? Matter of fact, they was running around here talking about Aaliyah. I bet Aaliyah and her family straight up, they got the same experiences. They're trying to dump that colorism on us. And notice this, though, family. I want y'all to peep some contradictions that we just heard in that statement, right? Notice that she just sat there and made up the statement along the lines of they got different colors and they got different viewpoints and they got different experiences. They don't like the fact here in America, if you are beige rage, brown making them bow down, or Black, homie, don't play that. We all are Black. They don't like that. See, they do the colored. See, when you start calling yourself colored, now that could be a million different things. Colored. How many of y'all, let me ask, we got y'all in the chat, boy, we rocking. How many of y'all got a light-skinned or dark-skinned brother, sister that's lighter or darker than you? How many of y'all have a light-skinned or dark-skinned mother or father that's lighter or darker than you? How many of y'all have light-skinned or dark-skinned cousins that are lighter or darker than you? And aren't y'all all the same? Don't y'all get, let me tell you something. You got a light-skinned brother, a dark-skinned sister, whatever. When y'all get in trouble, when mama say y'all better be home before the street lights come in, everybody getting whooped. See, over there, they may say, oh, the light one go in the back. All right, we frown on colorism over here because somebody gonna call it out. We call you a CW. Okay, I do me. We all do. So do I. Same way. You feel me? We all the same. I showed y'all pictures of my grandparents. You know what I'm saying? All light bright. I grew up around beige folks. You know what I'm saying? This is how we are. This is just our energy, our vibration. She's sitting there telling you that Tyler's different. If she views Tyler different, then that means she looks up to Tyler. And by the way, notice this, fam. Notice she just sat there and said that Tyler gets certain privileges for being a lighter person and that person being a darker person, right? But then don't they come over here and tell us that we all Black, brother? Wait a minute now. I thought it was different. How's it all Black with me, but Tyler gets privileges over there? That lets you know we're not the same. We not the damn same, family. That is what it is. And boy, they mad about Tyler. They put a lot of money in her trying to be this new breed Aaliyah, and it just is not working for her. Let me proceed to give y'all even more.
So you cannot come and tell me that she needs to be the image for Black South African women globally.
She said a woman who looks mixed in me would not have the same privileges. That is not how it is in the United States of America with us. Nope. Nope.
Who looks mixed and me are not going to have the same experience, babe, in South Africa and outside. So you cannot come and tell me that she needs to be the image for Black South African women globally when we have actual women who are standing tall on the international stage within their own right, like Nomza Mumbata, Thuso Mbedu, among many others. This is particularly why the Black American literally has zero representation for Black women on their international media. That very same...
What? Nobody on the planet is rocking with no damn African woman. What African woman is on the main stage? What African woman is on the main stage? I know you ain't talk about a Black American woman. A Black American woman is the standard of women in general, all women are Black American. I ain't gonna let no African woman try to talk about Africans in terms of they're higher than a sister. Our Black American women are on a higher level than your African men. I said it last week. That's why your men always got some weird insecurity about our women, because our women outclass your men, partner.
Media, they don't have proper representation for Black women, says Tiana. Come on, guys.
Oh man, if you don't get the hell up out of here, let's remove her. Okay, she does not have the privilege of being on the stage with us. All right, so she got to go. She got to go. She got to go. She got to roll. This is what we mean, y'all. And I want you to notice this as well. Think about this. This is another thing that I done caught her in another lie. Isn't it funny that she just told us? Hold on, let me move that right there. Isn't it funny that she just told us that her and Tyler have different complexions, so they get treated differently? But then they tell us in America, if we all get pulled over by a cop, we all gonna be seen as the same. Which one is it? It's the same over here. It's different over here. It's just a bunch of flip-flopping. Over here, when you want to be a part of my lineage and my reparations, you say we all look alike. Isn't it funny how the Africans go from we all look alike to we don't look alike, however they want to do it? That's how they always be, family. And brothers and sisters, like we said, and we will continue to say, are calling it out one by one, step for step, and it's shameful for them. We got these people in a rap right now, and Tyler is out here getting completely washed up. But I want y'all to notice this, and I want to show y'all this. This is something that I picked up when I was doing a little research on it. They're mad as well that every aspect of the takeover, the Tether takeover, the erasure that they were trying to push on Black Americans, every aspect of it, family, is going down the drain, okay? This has got them so upset right now. They understand that the dominant society gave them a lot of privileges in terms of trying to steal from what foundational Black Americans have created. Everyone knows that. But we've been pulling out receipts left and right on them, and every single thing that they say is just folded. Clearly and clear as day, all right? Let me show y'all this right here. This is going to be a prime example of what we mean by these people trying to steal foundational Black American vibes, and it really just not working out for them. Because remember, the takeover that they were trying to push on the Black Americans, family, it wasn't just about them trying to get our reparations. There was also them trying to steal foundational Black American hip hop. And they've been pushing that whole hip hop thing for quite some time, and Black Americans weren't going for that. We put it into that. That's why Busta Rhymes is out there having shakedowns and breakdowns everywhere he turns around, right? But another aspect that they were trying to do was, like we said, it was music. They thought that musically they were going to come in and push Afrobeats. They wanted Afrobeats to push out hip hop. That's really what they wanted. They wanted us to be sitting here talking about some, man, that damn Afrobeats is the way of the future. Man, what we going to be without Afrobeats? Afrobeats is going to change the world. And it really just didn't work. It did. And they don't like the fact, as I say, family, that we have so many receipts on them and they can't really deal with those receipts because the receipts tell the truth. Look at this right here. When she talks about color and who's what and where are they, look at this right here, family. Look at something that I ended up digging up, and these are some hard facts that they got to deal with. Look at this right here. There we go. Check that out, family. In 2012, Indians consumed an estimated 233 whatever of bleaching products. And in terms of sheer numbers, Indians make up the largest skin bleaching market. In some African cities, as many as they say 52 African people per person bleach their damn skin. Are you serious, family? This is what they're talking about. And if I'm not mistaken, I think that's pretty much what Tyler about over there, if I'm not mistaken. So you can see right then and there that these people are out there bleaching left and right, swimming in cake soap like I'm always talking about, and having a jolly ass time while they're doing it. That right there is non-foundational Black American. And you won't get foundational Black Americans to put that jacket on. And another thing that they were doing when we're talking about them and how they were really disrespectful to Aaliyah, fans were. Let me tell you how a lot of her fans were. Look at this right here, fam. Look at this. Y'all see this right here? They said, she looks so much like Aaliyah here. And one of her fans said, I'm pretty sure they can agree that Tyler looks better than Aaliyah. No disrespect, just facts. Y'all see how they was disrespecting Aaliyah, y'all? Y'all see that, right? They were disrespecting Aaliyah. This was Tyler when they thought everything was sweet and her album was going to be big and that FBA was just going to bow down and they was going to take our culture right in front of us. This is what Tyler was on right there. They were running around here saying, oh, she looked better than Aaliyah, and that's why she wore the dress. You think she wore that Aaliyah dress on accident? No. This was all a plan so they can end up stealing what our good sister created while our good sister is not here. That's why on the G checklist, as we've placed together, you can see Tyler right there. There'll be more to come. But family, and I mean this, people think it's funny and ha, ha, ha. No, every single name you see on there has had massive hits to their career. Every last one of them. They've been fired. They lost elections. They got kicked off of whatever they were hosting that they to foundational Black Americans. And there will be more to come. And like we said, Tyler is the next. But Brothers and Sisters in the Streets was calling her all the way out. Watch what Brothers and Sisters was saying about her and how they was getting roasted.
So this is my last video about Tyler. It is what it is. I just want to ask a couple questions because I'm seeing other discourses and other people making their opinions and commentary. But I made a live about this because I don't consider Tyler Black. And I want to know, if you are a Black American, why do you consider her Black if you consider her Black? Because I just thought we were all on the same page that, you know, when she did the Breakfast Club interview, it should just be like, hey, back in where I'm from, South Africa, it's considered color. In America, I'd be considered biracial. This is my heritage, my ethnic background. I have some Black in me, blah, blah, blah. But I don't look at Tyler and say that's a little Black girl, personally. And I do understand some of the opposition's kind of like critiques when they're saying like people are trying to make it seem like she's a Black girl. She's not. And that's okay. Because some people keep bringing up Rihanna. But Rihanna is Black.
How did you get outsold by Ice Spice? Tyler's EP did not do well for several reasons. And the main reason is the lack of talent. Tyler is beautiful with a nice body and she can shake her hips, but you're going to have to do a lot more than that if you want longevity.
So Tyler flopped with 3,000 plus units. Didn't we tell you? Didn't we tell you? You guys told us we don't need Black American money. We can come together and do it ourselves. We don't need Black American. We can do it ourselves. Didn't we tell you? We told you that when we come together, it's lit for you. I think a lot of people forget that when it comes to anything in regard to culture, right? I mean, people don't understand that we are. I think people think when we say we are the trendsetters of the world, they think that's something that we just put on our chest, right? They think that's something that make ourselves feel good. We are the trendsetters of the world. That's not a joke. It's not a game, and you guys are seeing it firsthand. If we don't like something, the world is not going to like it. If we're not putting our energy into something, the world is not going to put their energy to. So this is a prime example. So this young lady disrespected. We felt bad. Love is love.
Tyla's EP or her album did not flop because of Black Americans. It flopped because of her fan base. They got on this internet and they were so nasty and so disrespectful. And disrespectful isn't even the word. Disrespect is what they said that the Louisiana people did during that parade. They got on here and they were so nasty and so hateful. They were making a mockery of slavery, of the unaliving of young Black children, of Black people in general.
Tyla sold 25% of her new album. I thought that the African community was comparing her to Beyonce. And remember how y'all was saying that she was so much better than Beyonce? Why didn't y'all go Beyonce her album? Instead, y'all just really wanted to talk bad about African Americans because we said something, as we should, when she got on Charlamagne's show and said that she wasn't Black. And then she got on MTV Music Awards and asked the Black people, asked the princess to hold her award. Are you losing your mind? And while the diaspora says that African Americans don't have no culture, which is beyond wild when y'all come here and use everything from our culture. One thing about us, we fuck with Black people. We don't care where you from, what island you from. If you Black, we fuck with you. But once you say you don't fuck with us, baby, we'll never forget. And when I say we hold on to shit, it's still some people right now that don't even buy Tommy Hilfiger. And that was 30 years ago that lie was told about him. He didn't even say that, but it's still Black people that don't fuck with him. Another reason her album didn't sell is because she's a mediocre singer. I cannot believe that y'all was up here comparing her to Beyonce.
Stop trying to blame Black Americans for Tyla's flopping album. It ain't our fault. Her music is trash to some of us. And then she said she wasn't even Black, so we let her have that. We let her have that so she can make her music for who her audience is for. Because it obviously isn't for us. So yeah, don't come over here getting mad at us.
Tyla album, EP, whatever she has out right now, flopped because of her super fans in South Africa. Because these super fans, they do not want anyone who's Black in America to give her constructive criticism. Every time somebody come and say something about her, they have a problem with it. When the color thing happened, people came on this app and they were like, hey, you know, Tyla is at the Breakfast Club. This is geared towards Black audience. She cannot say this. She cannot say that. Rah, 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 rah. They were crazy, calling people all kind of names. When the Hallie situation happened, the same thing. When she, you know, tried to ask Hallie, her peers, to hold her award, and we said, girl, you cannot do that. Like, that's your peer. Like, the vibe was a little off. They came, rah, 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 rah. Xenophobia this, xenophobia that. Oh, it's because
Xenophobia. Why am I not surprised? Why am I not surprised? Because that's all they can come up with. Let's be real about Tyla, okay? Let's be real. Let's make this about everybody, all right? Tyla's not Black, and you're not going to come over here and pretend to be Black and eat off of Black culture while you disrespect Black people. That's what it's really about. I don't really know none of her goddamn songs and don't care. Because as soon as I seen her trying to run with the Aaliyah thing, I already knew it was up for her, all right? This is what FBA's on. You're going to have some good paperwork. And coming over here and trying to run with the Blackness while you're over there being everything else, I don't give a damn if she considers herself color, lavender, whatever the hell she wants to be. What I do know is that it ain't about what she is. It's about what she's trying to perpetrate. You've been trying to perpetrate FBA culture, and you're going to have to give it on up. Like we said, fam, everybody's going to have to give us some deposits. That's what it is. The days where you can just come over here, take from foundational Black Americans, steal from foundational Black Americans, and it's all sweet, it's all good, it's all gravy. Nope, that ain't working no more. Because one, we will never do that in your homeland, and two, quite frankly, you're just not going to do that in ours. So this is the different wave that FBA's been out here really pushing and really riding. And if they don't like it, then they just ain't got to like it. But it ain't going to change nothing. It's going to continue to keep foundational Black Americans on board, and it's going to continue to keep foundational Black Americans popping. Now, let me say this real quick. These people understood the assignment. The assignment was simple identity theft. Fam, we're always under some form of identity theft. That's just what it is. Your identity is precious because everybody wants it. Your identity goes along with your citizenship. Your citizenship goes along with your indigenous status. Everything coincides. This is what I want everybody to focus on. You cannot separate the goal and the objective. Everything coincides. We're in this movement now where they're trying to get us to break up what we're doing in a bunch of different blocks to confuse us. Everything is an attempt to try to get you to stop where you are. And you got to watch the people coming around. This is why we ran Tyler out the paint, because we're not going to have you coming over here acting like you're Leah, saying you colored. That's going to make things all murky. How about this? You ain't black. Your album flopped. Get the hell out the way. Ain't that most simple, y'all? Ain't that just very simple? You ain't black. Your album flopped. It's trash. Get the hell out the way. Now we can go on about business. We don't need these people in our circles. We don't need these people floating and hovering around us because they always bring negative vibes, negative energy, negative timing. So we moved all of that out. We got rid of Dr. Kubar. He's done. He's about to go to jail. Now I'm hearing that he's admitting that he stole, and he's admitting basically that some of the funny style business was funny style business, in which we already knew. And they're sending out more people every day. You see somebody coming out, and they always got the same talking points. Y'all really African. We all won, and y'all not Black American indigenous. That's always the play, right? Look at this right here, family. This goes to show you even further what we mean by these people trying to separate us from our indigenous status. Watch what I'm talking about. More and more people come out. I don't think this woman is a Black American. And I want y'all to notice, anybody come in talking African American, they're not a Black American at all, family. Remember that. This is what I'm saying. Watch.
To my fellow African Americans, why are we even considering embracing the concept of foundational Black American? It doesn't make any sense. First thing is, why do we assume that the outer world would be able to tell the difference between an African American and an African? I mean, honestly, maybe some of us would like to think we look a lot different, but trust me, I've been to West Africa and you'd be surprised you'll see everybody's cousin over there. Now, I'm not saying that we don't have a lot of other mixtures. You know, we probably, myself, for instance, I am quite a mixture of different types of West African. Then I have some European thrown in there. A lot of us do have that. But
No, you're an African. Family, don't let her try to tell you, I got a little bit of West African on my left side. Nah, it's not like your whole side. This right here is an African, family. I truly believe this is an African, a Democrat, probably an Africat, and she's out here trying to stop you from being FBA. Be cautious of all these. Why do y'all want to be FBAs? Be cautious, family. This is what they running.
Are embracing a concept in an attempt to say that we're different from another group of people, okay? When in fact, I think it's well known that for a lot of white people, they can't tell us apart at all. Now, I understand wanting to say, this is our culture and that.
Wait a minute. White folks can't tell us apart at all. Weren't they just telling us that Tyler and people who don't have her complexion are seen differently? Now we're all seeing the same. What do you mean? Because we got the same complexions as Tyler, but they full-blooded Black American. So it's funny that in Africa, Tyler is seen so different than someone who's darker than her. But in America, somebody who is as light as Tyler is seen similar to people who just as dark. Which one is it, fam? It's all over the place. Now this person is telling us that light and dark is seen the same when the other person is saying light and dark is seen different. You see 100 different holes in every single thing they say.
That's their culture. But, then again, I kind of don't understand that because we have so much of our culture that actually comes from West Africa. And please believe me, I'm an anthropologist. I've been over to West Africa. And one of the most interesting things was seeing things that we do that we literally got from there. Some of the things we do, they are literally doing the same thing. Okay. So we create a concept that says, hey, we're different. We want you to make a difference. And then they're going so far as to put this on the census. So for me, I stop and think, well, why would we create a system that is designed to have the larger group have to come into our group and pick out who's who and what's what? Why would we do that? We are basically opening ourselves up to a lot of scrutiny. And we see what's happening now. I mean, basically, what makes us think that they're going to come in and only take Africans if that's what they decide to do? Or this doesn't make any sense, okay? bottom line is we should stick together as a group. At least that way, we won't allow people to come into our community and start poking and prodding around. That is the last.
That's exactly what we're doing, just based off lineage. Y'all hear how she's saying delineation, but she's not delineating through lineage. She's trying to delineate through race. So she doesn't want to delineate as a lineage in America. She wants to delineate as a African race where there's billions of people. Family, if you got billions of people, then you don't even need to delineate because that's too damn many. Once you start getting into the millions and millions of people, there's no delineation no more. So she's got a problem with us delineating through lineage, but she's claiming that she wants to delineate through race. And did you hear her bring up the census? This is why this woman's here. This woman is paid for. This is a Tethercrat. This is a Tethercrat. This woman was sent out to try to stop FBA from getting those census changed. That's what's got her spooked. Look at her face. She's spooked. She's petrified. Why would you want to do it on the census? We want to change the census now? Don't change the census, because if we change the census, then we won't have no census and our defenses would be ridiculous. This woman is a damn tether. This is a Tethercrat all damn day long, and she's trying to hustle us with the damn census. Keep it real.
Last thing that we need, because like I said, many of us would get caught up in a movement like that. Now, don't get me wrong. I don't think that we should try to kick anybody out here. I'm totally not xenophobic. But I mean, that's just one of the issues I see with it. So bottom line, to the outer group, we don't look that much different. And a lot of times they can't tell us apart one from another. And if we really think that when if a movement gets started to start, taking people out of here, deciding who should stay, who should go, there's no way to tell that. I mean, half of us don't even carry our driver's license and our IDs around.
What? Fam, you hear this just absolute garbage that they say? Now black folks don't have ID. We don't carry our IDs and we don't have our driver's license. This is something that I never heard that before in my life. Family, I think this woman's an agent. I'm going to be real with you, y'all. There's a lot of these little agents that they send out. And you be thinking these little TikTok accounts. But in reality, fam, these folks be red team go, blue team go with little earbuds in their ear, fam. I'm telling y'all. Hell no. This is everything. Listen to the key words. Xenophobic. She's basically kind of soft shoeing around delineation. She's talking about the census. She's somebody who sits back, monitors us, got a report, and then she was probably paid to make this video. That's what this is right here.
So for me, I think we'll have more power keeping our group together if we want to discuss this amongst ourselves, but going so far as to put all this on the census, that's going to be a problem.
Oh, there she goes. She brought up the census 2 different times. She brought up the census 2 different times. Why are you so hyper fixated on the census? Is that your orders? Did you have orders to make this video?
That we literally got from there. Some of the things we do, they are literally doing the same thing. Okay. So we create a concept that says, hey, we're different. We want you to make a difference. And then they're going so far as to put this on the census.
There you go.
So for me, I stop and think, well, why?
They're going so far to put this on the census. Yo, check this out. Who's they? Because we didn't put it on the census. We're just out here as activists advocating for it to go on the census. You must be talking about Trump making that new census, getting rid of undocumented people as well. As now you're starting to see small little census popping up, small little notifications pop up where they're exclusively talking about us and separating continental Africans. Is this what this is really about? Family, this woman is probably paid for. Because one thing that happened during the election, we exposed the fact that these people were getting paid to come out and make propaganda videos. And after the election stopped, everybody thinks that the payment stopped. Okay, this is a year-round functioning thing. I believe that a lot of these folks that you see on TikTok that have these very, very strange videos where they're using all of our talking points. Listen to what she said. Don't be FBA. Don't delineate. Xenophobic. Census. That's not what your average TikTok tether is talking about. You know the difference between the TikTok tethers and the TikTok agents. The TikTok tethers are vague. They're very basic. Things that they say don't really make too much sense. And then the other people come out It's a carbon copy of what we're saying, almost as if someone wrote it. There was a script and they handed it to them. They're continuing to push that because the world's desperate. Everybody wants foundational Black Americans to stop being foundational Black Americans. Now we're going to get into the oppie side of things, fam. Not just your little dusty, musty, and always rusty. Now it's changing. And this is why it's changing, because these people are foreseeing everything that we were already talking about. We were talking about the way that they want to get foundational Black Americans to quit being a lineage. They want to say we got leaders, anything and everything that they can do. That right there is a woman who's being paid to talk about the census and to try to stop us from being in the census and getting the census changed. That's what this is really about. And by the way, let me make this point, man, and I definitely got to make this point. We also have been identifying these people, and it's pissing everybody off. They're not really used to Black Americans picking up on things so quick. You got to remember, y'all, they started saying African American in the 80s. Black Americans just got rid of that, pretty much done for this summer. Pretty much been done for a while, but we put the nail in that this summer. They're used to saying lies that go on for 10, 20 years. Now they got lies that just don't work. You know what I'm saying? Forget going on for 10 days, 22 days, 5 seconds. Their lies don't even work. They're not used to that. So now they're getting in this desperate aspect where they just got to send out these people. And you're starting to get a lot of strange people coming out here. Remember this, y'all. If you want to identify an op against foundational Black Americans, always understand that the ops talk in a very persuasive manner. There's always this undertone of trying to persuade you to not do something that's working for us. If you don't hear anything that a Tether says, if you don't hear anything that a Shield says, any of the babble, if you don't catch it, just listen to how they're trying to persuade you in a certain direction. That's how you identify an op. They'll come in and say things like, oh, don't be a foundational Black American. Why would you want to do that? Please don't do it. Just stop. I mean, if you do anything for the Lord, it's do not be an FBA. Then you go, why are you trying to persuade me so much? Why is there always this persuasive influence? See, a dusty, musty, and always rusty Tether, they just come out there and say, you FBAs work harder. You FBAs are cutters. You FBAs don't know nothing. They just say things and run into the wall. The people who are paid, and sometimes it's just Democrats, sometimes it's Tether, sometimes it's Tethercrats, they're the ones always trying to use things like, stop doing the census. Whatever you do today, I want you to eat breakfast, eat lunch, skip dinner, and don't do the census. Like what? Why would you ever want to go in that direction? That's what I'm talking about. This is how you identify these people, family. And they got a lot of people that have been popping up on the internet left and right. And I promise you, they are so obsessed with getting us to not be foundational Black Americans. Not knowing or knowing and not admitting that you can't choose being a lineage. Watch this guy right here. FBA, stop playing with us. Y'all are xenophobic sellouts, and you don't speak for all of us.
Bro, I am getting so tired of FBA. It's foundation of Black American, foundation of, as I say, bro, stop playing with us, bro. Stop saying us when you're talking to Africans and Jamaicans and Haitians and Cubans and Puerto Ricans. Say y'all. Stop saying Black people. Stop using our history of enslavement over here to justify the y'all saying, because we do not stand with FBA. FBA is a sellout group of xenophobics, sellouts that's pushing the man agenda, fighting for some that we don't even have. We don't own here. We speak English. Our names are European. Everything here is stolen from every other country. We got a made-up culture that come from the European, Eurocentric culture. We've been guys under their religion since we've been here, going to their schools, eating their food, living by their diets, and studying by their metric systems. What the fuck is he? What the hell is FBA even talking about? Half the land for the Mexicanos, the rest of the land's for the natives, and the natives are not us. So we need to stop faking like we that too.
I told you that, fam, all we can do is call it out. I said it, didn't I say it, family? It's always stop being the natives. Why y'all want to be the natives? I told you that scam Africanisms and $2 Tontos do not want us to be the natives, and they're making these fake allegiances. How many times have you seen a scam African video and they're talking like they the damn $5 Indian? They doing more caping for the $5 Indian than the $5 Indian is doing for the $5 Indian. Y'all notice that? It seems like you're hearing more Pan-Africans tell us that we're not the natives than $2 Tonto does. It shows you these people are working in conjunction, in cahoots, right there. And again, he's trying to persuade us, and he's in the dark. He's got his hat on. I hear an accent. He got the little writing on the screen. But again, y'all not them. Stop it. Please don't do it. Whatever you does, don't say that you native. Don't want a census. Don't be FBA. Don't ask for reparations. Please, if you could, just might so. This is what I'm talking about.
And it's we not faking. We indoctrinated. We've been lied to so many times. They've been lying to us in school, in history. They can flip us inside out, upside down, got us saying any goddamn thing. But
they lied to us in school and they lied in history, but he doesn't think the main lie was that we're not the indigenous people. Don't listen to these Pan-Africans trying to tell us that we were lied to in school, when the biggest lie they told us in school is that we were not the natives and that we all came from Africa. So if you don't recognize that lie, then you're lying yourself. Don't tell me that we was all lied to in school, but yet you think Pocahontas is the original and we all came from Africa. That means that you are the liar. That means you are the caper.
This FBA talking about boycott African stores, boycott ourselves. Are y'all stupid? And some fool online, well, y'all sold us. Fool, they came up with guns, cannons. The to a country only had spears and bow and arrows. They came up and brought this religion to them. Let's not act like y'all don't know the history.
No. And y'all had numbers as well. And y'all had a lot of weapons because you purchased the weapons for them. I know more about your history than you, partner. Yeah. And also you invited them people in. They didn't invade. And also you had already had dealings with them people for 300, 400 years before they came back. This is another one, fam, where they tell you that the W man showed up and they never seen him before. Be cautious when they start telling you this false history, y'all, of we didn't know who he was until he showed up. Let me tell y'all. Let me show y'all. This thing that they keep trying to tell us, that Africans had never seen a white person until the white person showed up with weapons and then colonized Africa. Africans had already made dealings with white people for hundreds of years before they got colonized by white people. Let's just make this clear. And I noticed that they always leave that out. I haven't seen Dr. Kubar leaving that out, but I'm going to keep it all the way real with you, okay? If they said that they sold slaves in the 1600s, the 1500s, or the 1400s, then how come the scramble of Africa and the Berlin conferences was in the 1800s? Looks like you had already been dealing with this man for 400, 500 years. So don't make it look like he showed up on our land. We didn't know who he was. You knew who he was. As a matter of fact, Africans had already been to Europe and Europe had already been to Africa. That's why I say we need to start examining the relationship between Africans and Europeans. Family, everybody out there, I want y'all to Google the relationship between Europeans and Africans. And I'm telling you right now, they have a rich history of intercontinental dealings with each other. I'm talking about religion. I'm talking about spirituality. I'm talking about minerals. I'm talking about resources. I'm talking about goods. And I'm speaking about before the colony, okay? This is before they started to colonize all of Africa. They have a rich tradition of dealing with each other the same way they do today. Then I want you to type in the relationship between Africans, continental Africans, and foundational Black Americans. What you will see is that we right now are in the time frame of the most dealings we've ever had with them. Black Americans have had little to no interactions or dealings with Africans. The Europeaner has a hell of a lot more dealings with them. The two people who've had the most dealings with Africans are the Arabs and the Europeaner. Black Americans are what, like 152 on that list? That's it. And all the dealings we had was us going over there to help them out. Examine the history between the Europeaners and the Africans, family. And I'm telling you, it's a rich history. Everybody talks about the Moors, right? Everybody speaks about the Moors and how the Moors went and they basically brought Europe out of the Dark Ages. Moors in Africa. That's another interaction that they had. You can talk about going to Bulgaria. I've been over there, family, and I've seen statues of Moors in Europe. I've never seen statues of Africans here in the United States of America. I've seen statues of foundational Black Americans. Matter of fact, to prove my point is a point that we made earlier. Here is a statue right here in San Diego, California, of a Black Indian. So in America, I see statues of Black American Indians. In Africa, I see statues of white people. And in Europe, I see statues of Africans. Sounds like the Europeaner and the African have had far more statues of each other in each other's continents, on each other's turf, than FBA ever had. Because when we look at indigenous statues, you only see us. Family, they don't want no problems. They know better. Examine that relationship, and then you'll really come to find out that they're neighbors. They're friends to the end. Okay? That's what they are. And foundational Black Americans, we've been over here doing our own damn thing without both of them.
In America that don't want us anyway, just making every pass and every law to just stump us into the ground. Y'all fighting for a seat at the table? Bro, I ain't lying. I am so tired of FBA. I am so tired of FBA guys under our whole race. Bro, y'all only 2%. It's probably rarely 2% of y'all claiming FBA. Because we got all the African American or Black race or whatever you want to call it is not a monolith, bro. You have people that's Hebrew Israelites that's damn sure not claiming FBA. You got pan-Africans that's not claiming FBA. You got Kemet that's not claiming FBA. You got 5%ers that's not claiming FBA. So
freeze. You can't claim FBA. And listen, you got Kemet who's not claiming FBA. Okay, so Kemet is not America. You got Hebrew Israelites that aren't claiming FBA. And Israelite is not America. So he's naming people who are identifying with outside of America places, saying they don't identify as American. Yeah, because they're identifying with outside places. You cannot claim a lineage. A lineage claims you. And you wouldn't understand that because you're probably from a lineage of fleers and runners. And runners cannot at all identify with certifieds. But family, there's a lot more people out there. And watch this one right here. This guy is another one of these, I'm mad at FBA, please don't be Black American. And you can't stop being a Black American.
All of us, because y'all don't.
Hey, my name is CJ, and I'm here to talk about FBAs. Functionally, they're the same thing, so you can use it interchangeably. For y'all that don't know, FBAs are a fringe group of African Americans on the internet who have a strong nationalistic tie to the American identity, and they also are highly xenophobic to other people within the African diaspora. They're a group of self-hating individuals, and it's a self-eating snake. I've been called a tether multiple times by FBAs, even though I'm African American on both sides of my family. The leader of the FBAs is a guy by the name of Tariq Nasheed, who is a known grifter, pseudo-intellectual, and pseudo-scientist. Tariq Nasheed is known to grift to whatever is convenient for his own financial gain and does not actually care about Black liberation, Black history, or Black people. And for y'all don't know, Tariq Nasheed is also the reason why Dr. Umar got his start, but that's a whole different story for another day. You can see the obvious grift of Tariq.
And Tariq has done more than your whole family for Black people. And does this man got on a Bow Wow shirt? Tell me if I'm wrong, family. Does this man have on a Bow Wow shirt trying to tell us, well, Tariq Nasheed, well, Tariq doesn't wear a Bow Wow shirt neither. You ain't even got on Shad Moss. You got on the Bow Wow as a kid shirt. You ain't even got the grown Bow Wow. You got the kid Bow Wow. Talking about Tariq and the damn FBA is known grifters, family, and you're grifting Bow Wow. You look like one of them yes diddies. He's a yes diddy trying to tell foundational Black Americans something. If you don't get the hell up out of here with that, hell to the no. You're going to have to come up with something different because what you talking about just ain't going to work at all. Family, hold on now. My child is calling me. Y'all give me 1 millisecond. Oh, she hung up. Hold on. We're going to get her back. Hold on. Freeze. I know we be on our game. Hold on. Hey, I'm on live right now, and I'm talking right now, and you're on live, and we got like 2.4 thousand people on there. How you doing? No, you good. You're good. Everybody right now, y'all say hello to my youngest. Y'all say hello. All right, how are you? No, what you need? No. What you need? Okay. All right, bet. I'll call you. Okay, as soon as the live go, you'll be up, right? Okay, all right. So as soon as it's over, I'll call you and then we'll chop it up. We'll get that taken care of. All right, I was gonna get you on live one day, and I finally got you. So all right, we in. All right. Be careful. My bad, y'all. My bad. I had to. Okay, that's y'all all say hello to Princess Alpha. There we go. So y'all say hello, and it's not my youngest; it's my youngest, oldest, and middle because I only got one. So all right. So back to where we was, family. All right, back at it. Here we go. I gotta hook her up. I gotta take care of something when the show's over. I gotta give her a little money and all that. But we all Gucci gang. We was all hanging out in Orlando the other day. But listen, this is what I'm talking about. Back to regular scheduled programming. We, as foundational Black Americans, all foundational. See, Tethers ain't got no foundational Black American kids. They got little fleers that they just give birth to. As soon as they give birth to them, the kid just runs out the room. So they were born running, y'all. That's how the game goes. We, as foundational Black Americans, know exactly what the hell they're doing. We know exactly what time it is, and we know exactly the way we run the game. And they don't like the way we run the game the way we run it. And by the way, let me say something. Y'all know I love y'all, and y'all know this is a family. I'm the only person in the whole Black media. I will stop the show and answer for my daughter, say hello, chop it up. Y'all is in here. I'm saying say hello to the people. She said hello, everybody. By the way, I forgot to tell y'all. Let me not be rude. She said hello, everybody. Shout out to the whole family. FBA all day is what she told me to tell y'all. So that's the message. But y'all know Black Alpha, it's a family affair, and I'm the only one who would do that right there. That's why we say we the number one activists. That's why we say we foundational Black Americans. And that's why I say our family tree is better than everybody else's, man. So appreciate the love. Absolutely. Daddy duty never stops, man. And neither does foundational Black American energy, foundational Black American culture. We just keep it moving all the way live. And when we keep it moving, these people get upset and they just gonna have to stay upset. And the reason why they're so upset is because we don't have this type of culture in foundational Black America, but they got this heavy, terrible culture over there in Scam Africa. And in Scam Africa, y'all, they need to do some atoning for this right here. Somebody tell me why you see this photo that I'm about to show y'all. Look at this right here, family, and tell me why these individuals are running around here and they're thinking they sweet, but they out here carrying the damn, that ain't Sister Mary Clarence and this ain't Sister Act, okay? They out there with Sister Mayo Becky and they acting like some damn Tethers. You understand? Look at them. They ain't just got the picture, fam. They holding up the pictures. They holding the pictures up and they got it live in the building. So you see the difference between us and them. You see why we so damn different. This is what we talking about. We ain't got that energy, y'all. We ain't got that energy. They know what time it is, y'all. We out here building. We working. We shining. We grinding. These folks out there holding up the picture. You don't hear Dr. Kubar Vasquez Ramirez say nothing about that right there. You don't see Dr. Kubar Vasquez Pedro say nothing. You skip over all of that, and somehow you got the nerve to try to talk about us. That is absolutely right, family. Insanity. Absolutely. But you want to come talk about my damn lineage, heritage, and culture. We gonna be all right. We deep up in here. We a family affair. Okay, this is foundational Black America. We handle ours. Y'all see right here, all of us, we stay family oriented. Y'all want to pick up somebody else's family. You want to represent somebody else's mama, somebody else. That's the thing about Tethers. It's always somebody else and it's never self. This is why we don't respect their energy. Okay, their energy is always the outsider. Their energy is always the other person. And you notice that all that other person energy is always the dominant society. Okay, it's not just that it's somebody else. It's the somebody else that don't give a damn about you. You love the person. You want to talk about Stockholm syndrome. Family, they got the biggest Stockholm syndrome you've ever seen in your life. That's exactly how they are. And they be carrying these people around. They be walking around. They be gloating. They be loving them. They be loving them hoes. You know what I'm saying? That's exactly how the Tethers are. And the Tethers have always been that way. The Tethers have always been that way, and they don't like the fact that we expose them. I want you to watch, look, examine, and observe every single thing that we do, and then think about every single thing that they do, and it does not work at all. Now, let me get back to this other Tether, okay? Because he running around here talking about my brother Tariq. Certified salute to my brother Tariq. Much respect, family. And this dude running around here talking about Tariq, and he running around here talking about it with a Bow Wow shirt on, okay? He running around here with a damn Bow Wow shirt on, trying to tell me about Tariq Nasheed and FBA. Man, you got a damn Bow Wow shirt on, and you got some SpaghettiO stains on it. You got some SpaghettiO stains on your Bow Wow shirt, and you trying to tell me about this. Family, if this man don't pipe down before I have Princess Alpha come over here and slap him up, but that's another issue. Watch this.
You can see the obvious grifter Tariq Nasheed, because not even 10 years ago, he was a self-proclaimed Pan-African and loved everybody within the diaspora. You can see Tariq Nasheed praising the founder of Chicago, who is a Haitian man, and Tariq Nasheed self-admittedly said that this man was Haitian and did a great thing, and he was great for Black history and Black causes. You'll see FBA said that they only selectively support African Americans, or in their terms, FBAs in the Black diaspora movements and the movements for liberation. So you'll see a lot of FBAs tokenize people like Malcolm X, even though Malcolm X's mother was from Grenada and he was Caribbean.
Ninjas who not from America.
All right, watch this guy. Watch this guy right here. You seen the first guy with the Bow Wow shirt and the SpaghettiO stains. Now watch this dude right here and listen to his language. Watch this.
Hating on regular, like Black people. Hating on regular Black people because they don't have culture, or, they don't have their own language. But at the same time, it's like, how can you sit so high up on your high horse and completely toss out history and what they went through in America recently? It's not like this happened years ago. It's recent. It's just selfish, bro.
Listen to how he starts saying regular Black. We don't use that term. Be very cautious, family. Notice all these guys, they got dreads, they in the back, they got things covering their face. Yeah, exactly. You already caught it, Patricia. I see you, my good sister. Certified salute to you, beloved. Yes, indeed. You caught it. You caught it. Absolutely. Damn, I love y'all. I ain't even got to be saying things, boy. I'll be looking up at the chat. And damn, if y'all ever notice why I'll sit there and just let something play, because I'm watching y'all. I'm watching y'all. Y'all so damn thorough. My sister caught that. Y'all caught that. We caught that. Regular Black. What does that mean? Watch for these terms, y'all, to try to dilute us.
America hating on regular, like Black people. Hating on regular Black people because they don't have culture, or,
Get the hell out of here. Enough babbling. I done seen it, done heard it, enough. Yes, that's exactly what they're trying to do. Regular Black people. Who's regular? See, now they can start saying, well, who's regular now? Oh, regular is African. See, if Africans are regular Black people, then we're generic Africans. You see? And if he's saying, no, I meant that Black Americans are regular. Yeah, but that opens the door for Africans to just say, well, no, let's just flip-flop today. See, you got to be cautious when you crack that door and you allow people to weasel in. Once they weasel in, they stay in, family. That's exactly. So this is why we've been very tight with our terminology, not allowing anybody to come around, not allowing anybody to steal what we created. Fam, I'm telling y'all, we so damn certified in this generation that nobody can shift us, change us, or make us pivot. My brothers and sisters, stay strong. My brothers and sisters, stay bringing it. We know exactly what they're trying to do. Regular Black. Listen to all of these things, family, that we pulling out today. I want y'all to notice how many things we stopping in its tracks, right? I mean, if you just look, we stopping a lot of things. We seen the person running around here talking about regular Black. We also seen the individual running around here saying, well, Black Americans, we need to get off the Census Bureau and we need to keep it as regular, using our terms, our words, anything they can do to slide on in. That's how they've been doing it, and we're not allowing it. And if you talk about the difference over there, let's talk about how, and remember, y'all, Dr. Kubar that we showed, he was over there in South Africa disrespecting us, and now we're also out here running Tyler back to South Africa. But let me tell y'all how they really feel about being Black or Black people in general. Let me tell y'all how they feel. This is it right here. These people ain't got no love for nothing. This is how they genuinely feel. This is how they truly feel, y'all. Watch this.
Here only live colored and Black people, no? No, Black people only colored. Only colored.
No Black people, only colored.
Here only live colored and Black people, no? No, Black people only colored. Only colored. Colored means mixed. White and Black mixed, right? Yes. White, Black, Indian as well. Everything. Chinese. Guys, all people here are colored. Basically, colored means mixed race people, white and.
Notice that, fam. Right there. Mixed, white and Black.
People, white and Black. You guys have read about
Now, let me tell y'all about this whole thing when they run around here talking about colored. Let me tell you what they mean. They say colored means white and black, right? But do you know how many people are over there dark as hell and they identify as colored? It's no different than when you go down to Latin America. When you go down to Latin America, let's be real, then people be darker than midnight and they say that they're white. It's the same exact thing over there. These people go over there and they say how they're so colored, and these people be dark as hell. You see them guys right there, dark as hell, Thomas. I'm colored. I'm colored. I'm colored. You see what I'm saying? So yes, we watch these people. We understand what they're doing. They do not have the same thought process. We can never be on the same page because we're different. And remember this as well, y'all. Nobody knows or cares about nationality until foundational Black Americans start talking about nationality. Understand that? Remember, this whole thing of like, you can't be where you're from, that doesn't get applied to anybody else. They only apply that to foundational Black Americans. Everybody else is nationalized. Everybody else is all about their homeland. And when it comes to FBA, they act like we don't get it. We're the only people that they try to put into this big race, all right? Just this big race. You can't go to somebody who's Scottish and tell him that he's Italian. You can't go to an Italian and tell him he's a German. Do y'all think that somebody from Italy would come over here to Billy Bob in Tennessee and tell him that they're the same? Billy Bob is completely different. He's going to say, only damn thing we got is we're both white. And then be honest with you, they're going to have some things that they say about them that ain't going to be too friendly anyway. You can see it already. So this whole thing where they're always trying to place Black Americans in a race opposed to a lineage, boom. You know what the hell a lineage is. You know what the hell nationality is. Don't act like you don't understand it when it comes to us. It ain't going nowhere. It ain't going nowhere. So you better get used to it. You're not going to get foundational Black Americans to wake up one day and say, we don't want to be in the lineage no more. We're going to be just one big race. One big race means one big check. One big check don't come to us. This is why you never seen none of these people talking about what we're talking about. Remember what I said earlier. Remember, their ideology, their grift requires participation from us. Our goals and aspirations don't require them. Matter of fact, it's better without them. So you got two different types of people here. You got the person who needs Black American participation, requires Black American participation. And then you got the other person who doesn't need anybody else. We don't need a damn soul. Everything that we're trying to get done and accomplish requires just my brothers and sisters. I need y'all. That's who I need. You feel me? I see you, my sister Ty. I need my sister Ty in the building. You feel me? I know my brother Jim be flowing through here. My brother Church, Breeze Omega, my brother. I need you. This is who I need to get done with. What I need to get done. I don't need a billion Africans. Not at all. But a billion Africans need us. So I want y'all to put the differences together and see why we can't coincide with these people politically and socially. We cannot at all. You understand? Foundational Black Americans, we good where we are. We good where we are. Jody, I need you. This is who I need, family. I need the fam. I don't need all these different people. Where we're going, it requires to have less of them, none of them. Where they're going, it requires having all of us. So how in the hell can those two different types of people and them two types of different personalities got the same agenda? It ain't the same agenda. We can't have the same agenda, okay? FBA, we working, we shining, we grinding. Mike, I need you too. Let's go. I need you too, family. I can go down the whole list. I need all y'all, every last one of y'all, okay? This is who we need to get to where we're going. It ain't Cyberdyne. I need you too, brother. Let me stop before I just be here for an hour and a half, okay? I'll be here forever talking about y'all. I love y'all with a passion. And them, we don't need them. And let me make this clear too, because they come around and they say, well, you used to be a Pan-African, Tariq. And I can't speak for my brother Tariq, but I can speak for a lot of us, okay? Pan-Africans and wanting to see certain people do well in life are two different things, okay? Listen, my neighbor down the street, okay, across the street, I want to see that individual do well. Am I in some type of racial group with them? Hell no. Nope. Okay, the guy I seen at the corner store when I went to the store today, am I in a group with him and I'm going to team up and take everything that belongs to me and give it to him? No. Do I want to see him do good? There you go. It's a simple answer, fam. This little notion where they're like, we used to be Pan-Africans. There's a difference between Black Americans saying, hey, I want Africans to run the colonizer out of Africa. We the ones out here trying to pump you up and trying to give you a damn pep talk. We the one teaching you, fam. FBA, we the ones who went over there to try to help you out. There's a difference between I want to see Africans get rid of the colonizer to I'm a full Pan-African. Pan-African is the we hate America. We need to leave America. Ain't nothing good. Why the hell we here in this bad country and you let that white man treat you like that? That's Pan-Africanism. Don't get it twisted. Wanting to see Africans do well and own their own resources and stand on their own business, That is its own separate thing than I hate America, I want to leave tomorrow, and why the hell you walking around with that white man name? You see, there's a difference. So let's make this extra clear. Because they're always trying to say, y'all used to be Pan-Africans. No, we are then what we are now. I want to see y'all do well. I want to see y'all run the colonizer out the place. I want you to keep some of them damn diamonds. I don't want to see you get hit with bamboo sticks. You want to see yourself get hit with bamboo sticks more than I do. You need to be critiquing yourself. You need to have a conversation with the person in the mirror. You need to wonder why FBA wants you to keep your diamonds. FBA wants you to keep your resources. FBA wants you to duck from the bamboo stick. FBA wants you to run the colonizer out of your homeland. And how come you don't want none of those things? So don't come trying to say y'all used to be Pan-Africans. We the same people we were then that we are now. We want to see people who are victims of supremacy defeat supremacy and replace it with a system of justice. We done said it a million times. If you ain't got it yet, it's your fault. It's your damn fault. See, Pan-Africanism is you ain't really black. There's no borders. Everybody can come on in. We all friends. Y'all, we're all really just Africans. That's what it is. Y'all really just Africans. Everything you own belongs to us. If your grandparents are from Mississippi, Alabama, your grandparents are from Arkansas or Georgia, it don't matter. Y'all all really from Zimbabwe. That's what it is. So no, we got rid of all of that. We stand on certified business, and certified business, quite frankly, now is standing by ourselves. You made it that way. Don't be mad. There's a saying that we say in Foundational Black America. All y'all done heard it because all y'all done said it. Is you made your bed, now lay in it. And right now, family, they got to lay in their own bed, and Foundational Black Americans ain't got no problem with it. Let me show y'all what else Foundational Black Americans got these people upset about. And this is what we was talking about Tyler. Tyler, I'm sorry I sent you a shout out earlier, Tyler. I know you upset. I know you hurt right now. I know you thought you was going to be a Leah, and then you found out that you just a Tether. And this is what they were saying about her. Look at this right here, fam. This is what they was running around trying to say. Tyler's new album fails to impress South African fans. Damn, your people upset. Jeez, look like your people ain't liking it too well. Tyler's album Kicked Out of R&B will compete in pop. Look at this date. The date on that is October 21st, 2024. That was FBA right there. That was Foundational Black Americans letting them know that we are certified and she's not one of us. Y'all see that right there? I want everybody to notice and everybody to witness exactly what I'm doing and what we're doing. We're highlighting the fact that this was growing. We said she ain't no R&B, so they kicked her out. And she had to go and do what she was doing. Afro pop or whatever the hell you want to call it. And her album did this backspin, somersault, flip. And it's all because I heard it was trash. And if it's trash, it's trash. You feel me? Right here. Check this out. Did Tyler's new album flop? No global Spotify top 200 entry. Songs and albums not charting worldwide. Low iTunes sales and music video streams. Damn, homie. In 2023, you thought you was coming up, but not anymore. We proceed to give you what you need. They understand that we were the ones making this happen. They don't like the fact that we have social power. Foundational Black Americans have social power. They always want us to not be social. They always want to make it look like we're just these people with nothing. Look at this one right here. Check this out. So many songs on Tyler's debut album were boring. Damn, that was on your debut album. That's 1 year ago. And people started calling you out. So why are you mad at FBA for saying that about you today? Sounds like people were saying that about you yesterday. And since we're out here exposing people, let's expose Dr. Kubar a little further. Y'all look at this right here. This was Dr. Umar talking about a 5th anniversary celebration. Look at this, family. Happy 5th anniversary celebration. How you going to have anniversary for buying a building that ain't nobody been in? So I'm going to go buy a vacant building, and 10 years from now, I'm going to have the anniversary of me just buying it. When you going to have the anniversary of people being in it? When you going to have the anniversary of people actually rocking with it? Come on now. Let's proceed as we go. Look at this right here. Dr. Umar's FDMG Academy grand opening coming soon. After delays, Dr. Umar finally sets an opening date for his school for black boys. Still ain't happened, y'all. Look at fam. This is what he kept doing. He kept moving the goalposts. Today will be the day. Today will be the day until tomorrow. Keep on spinning them around. We only got receipts. I love receipts, fam. Receipts, one thing about receipts, fam, they never get old. You can drop a receipt as much as you want. After delays, Dr. Umar finally says opening for high school or for his school for boys. Okay. Black facts details. Right there. Check this one out right there, family. Another one. Umar Johnson gives update on Frederick Douglass Marcus Garvey Academy. Ifan Tunde invites community to attend grand opening. This is, look at that. That's June 2024. June 2024. This man said he already had the date ready. Look at, he got the date. He said, man, this is going to be the day now. Woo, we're going to turn this damn thing up. And it done came and went, moving the damn goalposts. Check it out even further. This man got a whole gang of dates that have been moved. And here go another one right here. Dr. Umar Johnson, the FDM Academy is coming. Get on the bus or get run over. Well, I guess your stuff done got repossessed. So he running around here talking about some or get ran over. Yeah, it done got repossessed. So you got all your syllables twisted and tangled. They're in the wrong spots, but that's all right. We're going to get you here. This is what we mean, family. These people running around here and they've been saying so many things that quite frankly just don't add up. They don't add up and they don't take them nowhere. So therefore, it's our duty as foundational Black Americans to call it out. The grift is actually over. And yes, but people have been looking at a lot of things, family. You know, Dr. Umar's had a lot of these little cases that have been hush-hush. It's clear now that Dr. Umar Johnson was hiding all of the receipts, all of the paperwork, all the dirt that is associated with this scam job that he's been doing with this school, a scam job with all the donations. And people have been doing some research and they've been finding out there's a lot more little weird cases that people have been side-eyeing Dr. Umar about. And now brothers and sisters are calling it out and putting it on the table. What's done in the dark come to light. Y'all look at this right here. This is something else I want to highlight to the fam. Y'all see this right here? The man been playing in people's face for quite some damn time. Look at this. The man says that right there, it says process almost complete, by the way. But he had this whole thing set up that he was going to get up with everybody on September 3rd, 2024. Okay. And do you know the very next day or 2 days later, this man was going to Sweden? The man was going to have this whole grand opening. Look, you can see it. He was going to have this whole grand opening. And then the very 2 days later, he was on his way to Sweden. He already had it booked. He was on his way out the door for sure. Gone. So he was already playing. He wasn't planning to do that. And that's why it never opened. That's why it never came out, because he would say one thing 1 minute. And then next thing you know, turn around, do a flip, do a turn, and voila, it's gone. That is what he's been doing. And people were sitting there believing it. They were like, oh, today going to be the day now. Dr. Umar going to drop it. He going to put it out. We're going to be there. The grand opening is coming. And the grand opening turned into the grand closing. Fam, how in the hell do you have a grand closing before you have a grand opening? Make that make sense. That makes no sense. And if you're trying to make sense of it, good luck. Yeah, he absolutely. He already lied. He already knew he was leaving. He knew he wasn't going to have that date. And people looking at it saying, no, that don't add up at all. How in the hell was you already in while you was going out? That don't make no damn sense. But the only way that you can shape it up is, like we said, a lot of this has been scamming. What I truly personally believe is that Dr. Umar, the way he's been functioning and the way he's been operating is this right here. And I'm going to tell this to the fam. What I believe is that Dr. Umar genuinely wanted a school. I think he genuinely wanted a school, and he started off getting donations thinking he was going to get to school, found out that that was way above his pay grade. And then when he found out that it was above his pay grade, he begrudged all the people. And quite frankly, he went into complete egotistical mode. If you remember Dr. Umar back in the day, before this lineage-based movement, Dr. Umar was more clear with his thoughts. He was more middle ground. I seen Dr. Umar. I seen him personally sit right in front of me and tell everybody he'll work with everybody. It doesn't matter what your ideology is. He'll rock with you. That's not the same Dr. Umar is now. The same Dr. Umar then has flip-flopped. Now Dr. Umar says things like, my sister's Taurus said, he's smoking on that. He on that smack. Now Umar's on some, if it ain't my way, damn all of y'all. And what that is, family, that's called spite, jealousy, envy. That's really what it is, okay? It ended up flipping because Dr. Umar started off and he said, what's up, yo, I see you. Hold on, freeze. Wait. Let me tell y'all, I love this lady. Let me make this clear. I love you. If you're watching, if you listen, I know you are, because right here, and I just put up your message. I love you. This was my day one, okay? When I had nobody in my chat, okay, way back when I first started, because I only been going at this now for a few years, and I only been going live for like a year and a half. This right here was my day when I was just sitting here talking about you the other day. I love you with a passion. Thank you so much for everything and always supporting me, as well as all of y'all. But I appreciate this woman so much because when I was doing my activism, when I was on the come up, she was always there. And I would have like 3 people in the chat and she'd be the main one in there. So I love you so much. I appreciate you. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. I can't thank you enough. So much love. I love this woman with everything on my heart. Okay, and I was just talking about her just a few days ago. So I got to give you the extra shout out, man. It's just a love affair today. All right, this is a big foundational Black American love affair, but much respect, much respect. I love you so much. Thank you, family. Y'all, I'm telling y'all, I had like 3 people in the chat, y'all. This is when I first started, okay? She is the oldest subscriber that I can remember, okay? And I love her so much because she always held me down. I'm talking about this is before Black Alpha blew up. This is before I became the #1 activist. I was probably like the number 3 or 4, but now I'm #1. And she's been with me when I was 3 and 4. So I love you so much. Thank you so much for everything. I appreciate you beyond words. I can't even, words is all I got, but if I could put it in more words, I would, but words are all I have. And I thank you so much. Appreciate you. Yes, we as foundational Black Americans, certified Black society, all of us together, we've been out here putting receipts on the table. And no matter what people say, we're going to see what they've been up to. And remember, y'all, Dr. Umar was running around here saying this right here. He was bragging to us that we were just hating on him. Now it's found out that we were right the whole time.
The money, I was scamming, wasn't going to be no school. Make sure y'all are in. I am proud to report to all my African family around the world, because this is a pan-African school, a pan-African mission. And this school came together by all members of the African family around the world. So Africa is celebrating with us. The Caribbean is celebrating with us. Our European African brothers and sisters, the ones in Asia, in Australia, Canada, and the South Pacific, my Brazilian Africans, my Honduran Africans.
But you didn't take Brazilian Africans, Honduran Africans, African Africans donation money. Remember, y'all, and this is why we got to get on this. All of this was based on your donation money. You are the ones who he was out here trying to get to support this scheme, this Ponzi scheme. So we got all right in the world to G-check Dr. Umar's behavior because he been using FBA money. You've been talking Africa while you've been taking Black American money. Yeah.
We got Cuban Africans and Rican Africans who are celebrating with us. We did it, brothers and sisters. They finished the HVAC today. We did it, brothers and sisters. We did it, brothers and
right there at the bottom, if you can see it, family, this is 2023. It's 2025, almost 2026. He just keeps moving the goalpost. We did it today. Today was the day. We made it now. I want to thank my Brazilian Africans, Puerto Rican Africans, my European Africans. I want to thank my village Africans, my desert Africans, my moon Africans, everybody except for Black Americans who were financing it, and you still didn't get it done. Hell no, we ain't standing for that.
and sisters, electric is done. HVAC is done. Plumbing is done. Sprinklers is done. Fire is done. Burglar is done. All systems are.
And you are done. The grift is done, and it's a wrap. So how about that one? You see what we saying, family? See, this is what it is. You've been running around here with your hand out for FBA money while you've been talking down on FBA. What fucking world do you think you living in where you going to go all the way around the world and disrespect us and try to put this, we got to colonize mind? Let me tell y'all, Dr. Umar says the same exact things about Black Americans that these damn TikTok tethers say. A TikTok tether says that we got to colonize mind. Dr. Umar says that. A TikTok tether says we're not native. Dr. Umar says that. You can see a TikTok tether with 2 damn followers. He say the same thing Dr. Umar says about FBA. So you travel all the way around the world, literally, throw dirt on our name, go against our lineage, and go against our reparations, but ask for our money. And then you got the nerve to be upset when we put some receipts on the table and check you. That ain't how it work, partner. You going to throw dirt, foundational Black Americans going to make it work. We going to put every receipt on the table and show who the hell you've been scamming. I don't know what world you living in where you think you're going to scam us, take our money, right in our face, disrespect our lineage, say that we ain't who we are, say that we got a white person's mind because we identify with the place we were born in and not the place we've never been. Think about this, fam. You identify with the place where you were born, where your grandmas, grandpas, generations upon generations were born in, including yourself. You identify with that. That's wrong. And if you don't identify with a place that none of your ancestors have ever been, then you got to be an op. No. You an op, okay? And you also a clown. And clowns get laughed at. They get roasted. They get G-checked. And that's exactly what it is. A lot of people, like I said, a lot of folks to be getting on Umar, they be coming after Umar, and these are like YouTube people, and they do good stuff. I'm a goddamn activist, number one activist, family. Okay, you put Dr. Umar's resume and my resume on the table. Family, I don't sit down and just make a bunch of YouTube videos. My YouTube videos are about what I did. You can look it up. You want to go see me at a hate crime? You want to go see me with Kamala Harris? You want to go see me with Donald Trump rallies where ain't no black people in the room? I can say what I want to say. And I'm speaking for all my brothers and sisters in the chat. We ain't playing for no scamming. That scamming stuff got to go. It got to go. We ain't rocking with it. Nobody's going to disrespect our lineage, and nobody's going to tell us that we can't be us. That's really what it boils down to. If you want to put it in a nutshell, family, you want to tell us that we can't be us. And if we don't be what you want us to be, then we're bad, and you're going to call us names around the world and then turn around and ask for $1. You can never tell somebody that you want their money and then get upset when they say why. And that's basically what it is. That's basically them saying, you can't do this, I can. Nah, bruh. No. That's not how the game works. That's not how the game will ride. Foundational Black Americans, all of us certified Black society, what we're doing now is that we're checking everybody on site. Okay, on site, everybody get checked. Okay, and I know a bunch of tethers out there saying, ain't nobody gonna check me, family. I ain't talking about nothing more than FBA getting respect. And if my respect don't come, then the check gonna come. Okay, and you can put a check by your name. And we got a big ass list. If you want to see the list, all you got to do is ask. That list is right then and there. And a bunch of names is on that damn list. And they out here getting checked every day you turn around. Because if you turn around and you look, they are going to try to take what you've created and they're going to try to put it in their pocket. And family, we already got to deal with all these different people, all these different outsiders, all these different folks who think that FBA is supposed to bow down to them. You're not going to come over here into my country and disrespect me in my country and then tell me I just got to take, because that's really where we are with it, right? Are we not in the era, family, where people's names who pop up on that list, they act like they didn't deserve it? They act like they didn't deserve what they end up getting? Well, you do. And if you do, then you're just going to have to get work. And that's how we're doing it. We've been handing it out and we don't discriminate. Everybody can get that work because certifieds are certified, and we certified all the damn time. And speaking of certified all the time, these people been running out here telling us that everything we do belongs to them. Watch this right here, family. And I'm going to give y'all that FBA alley-oop and y'all slam it, because this is another person saying they basically created us. Yoruba people and their influence on Black Americans. You see that right, family? So now Yoruba people have influenced us. Watch this.
On Black American culture. Let's talk about the food specifically in this video. Okay, so first things first is okra. So in Yoruba land, a central vegetable in stews, often combined with meats or fish, known for its ability to thicken soups, or like gumbo, used in ila, alesopo, and iwudu. I don't even know if I'm pronouncing that right. Okra was cultivated by enslaved Africans. It became the base of gumbo, especially in Louisiana, where enslaved Yoruba and other West Africans were brought in large numbers through ports like New Orleans. And fun fact, Thomas Jefferson grew okra in Monticello in the 1700s, believed to have come from West Africa.
Wait a minute now. I thought they told us that we were stripped of our culture and we don't remember anything about Africa. Have y'all noticed that they always tell us all these things that we got from Africa, and then they'll turn around in the next breath and say that we don't remember anything from Africa? Maybe it's because we're not from Africa and you're full of shit. That's what I believe. I'll take the latter.
West African seed stock. Next is black-eyed peas, which is called Iwa in Yoruba land. And if I have any Yoruba people who comment on this, if I'm not pronouncing it right, please correct me, because I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing this right. So
she can't even pronounce it, fam. This is the third time in 30 seconds that she done fumbled the damn word, but she trying to tell us it influenced us. This is a terrible I influenced you video. This is a horrible video trying to tell FBA that we got something for them. Let me tell y'all what we gave y'all. And y'all was influenced by the Rofla, the coloss bean bag. I don't know the name of it, but it influenced y'all though. You need to be influenced by Hooked on Phonics because you can't read. You can't understand what you're talking about because you're making it up. You need to do better at trying to tell somebody that you influence the fam. I would assume that if you told me that you influenced me, you would actually be able to pronounce the words that you influenced me with. She can't even get it out right. I think that's a bean. It could be a noodle. It comes from somewhere. I'm not sure where, but it's somewhere, and it looks like it could have been. It looks like you don't know what the hell you're talking about, Mrs. Fufu. Miss Fufu can't even talk.
In Yoruba land, it's cooked with onions, peppers, and palm oil, sometimes mashed and...
I'm sorry. Uh-oh, y'all. Onions and palm oil. They sitting here telling us some stuff that grow around the world. They be like, guess what now? We influence y'all with walking on grass because grass was really grown in Zimbabwe. Guess what else we influenced you with? The sun. Because the sun shines, as if the sun don't shine on earth, right? As if grass ain't everywhere. Then we also gave oxygen to Black Americans. Name me something that's exclusive to where you're from and quit telling me things that are everywhere. We taught y'all about food. Do you even know what food is? Food comes from Africa because in Africa we found out what it is. Guess what else we gave y'all? We gave Black Americans t-shirts because a shirt is something that in Senegal they made. That's where the S comes from. Senegal shirt, Senegal. You see what I'm saying? No, the hell I don't, and neither do you. Sit your damn ass down, Miss Joloff.
Turned into beans cake called moin moin. In America, it became a part of dishes like Hoppin' John, black-eyed peas, and black-eyed peas were eaten on New Year's Day as a symbol of luck, a tradition likely rooted in African spiritual...
Man, I'll eat black-eyed peas on every day of the year. On the New Year's, when the clock struck 12, you took your first bite because that's what we used to do in Kemet when the white man showed up. And he brought Karen with him, so we said we should all take a bite right now. That's where it come from now. You know so much about Black American culture, but you can't even pronounce the damn food.
Symbolism of black-eyed of beans.
She couldn't get it out of the black-eyed beans, black-eyed bean peas, pea beans. What the hell are you talking about, Mrs. Joloff?
Be just everything is not going to be very individual. You're going to constantly be surrounded by people because that's how life is supposed to be.
Uh-oh.
No.
Uh-oh. There you go, fam. There goes another detailed statement. Not everybody's going to know around people because that's what life is supposed to be. People on earth because humans walk the earth. And there's also something called dogs. And there's other dogs that know humans. And I knew this one dog that was friends with me and I waved at him every day. What the hell that got to do with food? She ain't making no sense. She just told us about people and that's how life's supposed to be.
On American plantations, communal cooking in slave quarters. Enslaved Yoruba and other Africans recreated this communal spirit. Cooking in big iron pots, sharing ingredients, and holding on to recipes.
Big iron pots, y'all. Uh-oh, because y'all know they were just cooking with their boiled water in their own hands, right?
Through memory, since they were forbidden to read or write. Food often prepared late at night or early in the morning after back-breaking labor.
Uh-oh, she can't even read. The food was around breakfast time, and I know what it is. My sister said black-eyed bushmeat. Yeah. She trying to tell us about black-eyed bushmeat. That's funny. That's funny as hell. Damn. Black-eyed bushmeat. Man, because you know the bushmeat came with it now. She gave us a whole crash course in bushmeat. trying to tell us that was terrible. Fam, this is what they got, y'all. Fam, my certifieds, my brothers and sisters, we in here. This is what they trying to give us, y'all. This broken, battered, horrible breakdown of what's going on. She doesn't know what the hell she's talking about. Ain't making no sense. Can't read. She's just speaking. She's just
Tyler
talking.
wanted to be the next Rihanna.
Trying to tell foundational Black Americans what our history is. Doing a horrible, pathetic job at it. Y'all know Tyler loves people, fam. These people are very delusional. And delusion, you got to laugh at people who are delusional. There's only one thing that you can do when somebody's delusional like that. You just got to laugh at them. Because if you don't laugh at them, family, they're going to just be in bad times, with bad area, with bad vibes. And we ain't on that. We got a good thing going as FBA. And since we foundationals, we going to stay on our foundational Black American train. Our foundational Black American train need not have any of them because they don't want to be on their own damn train anymore. I told y'all, life is a highway, and all we doing is throwing tethers out the damn car. And if they don't like it, fam, it is what it is. Maybe you can build your own homeland. Maybe you can get your own things popping. And if you had your own things popping, you would not worry about us. But family, there's something I want to address that I've been wanting to address, and now we have to address because we in here right now, and it is foundational Black American energy time. Fam, these people want us to not be American. So I done seen it all, y'all. I done seen it all. And delineation is so powerful at this moment in time, brothers and sisters, that they want us as foundational Black Americans to not be American so bad. I didn't see it, fam. I didn't see people try to tell us that we need to go to Africa. I seen people tell us we need to leave. I seen people tell us a whole lot of things. But I really need y'all right now. I need y'all more than ever. These people have been telling us that we're not American. See, this is what they want. They don't want you to be an American. They don't want you to have citizenship. They don't want you to do anything, right? They want us to denounce our citizenship so bad, to be African, to be Jamaican, to be Haitian. They want us to be everything other than Black American. If you ever want to know why FBA is so strong, Certified Black Society is so powerful, and delineation is whooping them up, they done finally had aliens enter the chat, y'all. Are they now trying to tell us if we can't get them to be African, we gonna make these people be from planet Xandar? Are you kidding me? Are they now trying to get FBA to denounce our citizenship and get citizenship to Mars? I knew they didn't want us to be American. And when we told them we ain't African, now they saying aliens is coming. They'll be here in November and they look like Black Americans. I be damned.
What's going on this planet? So according to NASA, the aliens that's supposed to be coming here in November have a strong resemblance to us. The aggressive aliens that's on their way to Earth that's supposed to get here in November resemble African American people. And they're saying they're around 7 feet tall. And if that's the case, we already know why they're aggressive. We already know what they're coming back here for. Earlier this summer, the Pentagon said that the Anunnaki will be back here in the next 2 years. And now NASA, of course, again, NASA is saying that the aliens that are coming here this November look like African Americans.
Family, so first we look like Fufu from the Village. Don't I look like Denzel? If you look at me, I look like Tupac, don't I? Don't I resemble Black Alpha, the way he has these twists in his hair? I look just like you Black Americans. Now we look like aliens, y'all. Trust me, everything to get us to stop delineating, they done brought aliens into the damn chat. They say that the aliens look like Black Americans. They say really they're coming back because America is not really ours. It's really planet Xandar's. If you don't stop.
You do the math. The truth of the matter is the truth has been hidden for way too long about what this planet is, where this planet came from, who we are as a people. And apparently those interstellar beings that's coming here are coming here for a reason. And apparently someone's spoken to them. Someone is keeping contact with them. Someone knows their true purpose, because you can't randomly just say that they're aggressive and they're coming here aggressively if you haven't spoken to them or if they're not here already. Welcome to 2025.
If y'all don't get the hell up out of here.
Yo, they saying that aliens is African American. What? It's one thing to say that they black, but they said that they African American. Like, how do you know that these niggas is African American? Please, just like, I don't think y'all understand.
I'll be damned. Family, these people done lost their mind. And I'm sorry, this is about delineation. They look like Black Americans. They didn't even want to say Black Americans just a few years ago. Now it's all specific, right? Like my brother said in the chat, might have been my sister. Anything to get us off track. Now it's aliens. So these are the type of things that they want us to attach ourselves to. Okay, be an alien now. Be an African yesterday. Be a Haitian. Be a Jamaican. Be Black and brown. Be a minority. Family, they done exercised and exhausted everything on the planet Earth. Now they want us to be space Martians. This is what they'll do to try to get you to stop being a foundational Black American. This is what they'll do to try to get you to stop delineation. I know I said FBA runs the world, but now I got to upgrade. FBA apparently runs the whole damn universe because they trying to universe us. They trying to send us way out to Mars, beyond Mars, to the 15th star in the 3rd galaxy. Just so you can stop saying that I am a foundational Black American. I am indigenous to this land. My people built this, created it. I'm not giving it away. I'm not submitting it to anybody. We are going to maintain our citizenship as the originators here in this land. Does it make you that bad that you got to go through every living human being and now you got to pull out a damn alien? Really? And that's what this is about. People can make jokes, but that's what this is about, family. This is real. This is like little sidebar things that they're doing because they're full-time desperate. They're so desperate, they're just trying to get foundational Black Americans to not be foundational Black Americans. You know it like I know it, like we know it. We understand it, we observe it. And it goes to show you, they'll do anything. Family, there's no limit to trying to get you to not be who you are. I'm always stressing that on the Black Alpha Network. We can go through every single op, every single fraud, and we're going to keep going back to the main point. They'll do and they'll say anything to get you to not be who you are. They don't want you to be who you are. Because if you are who you are, too much power comes along with that. Too much power. So now they want to bring in gamma rays and all this kind of stuff. November's coming around. So we went from last November getting rid of the Democratic Party to this November, we about to get up with some aliens. Real talk. No, y'all. It only makes you say, beam me up, Negro. Yeah, that's exactly what they want. They want Spock to come and Worf. They want Deep Space Nine, Star Trek, The Next Generation, Star Wars, all of that stuff. If you're going to do all that, man, you could just cut me some reparations and we could just get to the end of this. How about you give me my damn reparations money and then we just call it one? We could do that. That's how it is. Good. But anything other than that, family, is a waste of time. But they are really trying to push that. And you got some people out there taking it serious. There's going to be somebody who's going to write me and be like, no, Black Alpha, what it really is the moon comes when the sun shines. And when the sun shines, we are all out there exposed. We were the original aliens. Yeah. And if you believe all that, then you can tell me that I am the original foundational Black American.
With her approach
on that damn check and the process. That shows you, fam, that it's all eyes on FBA. And we went through the list and we broke everybody down and we've examined it to the T, to the core, that people know now foundational Black Americans are exactly who we say we are. Foundational Black Americans are exactly what we would do. Whoa, wait a minute. Hold on, y'all. Breaking news. Freeze. Breaking news to the family. Dr. Umar just came out and admitted that the school will be auctioned off. Breaking news. Let's get right to it, y'all. Will not hold you up. Here we go. Let's go, family. Breaking news. Here it is.
On August the 5th, the city of Wilmington, Delaware, took out a notice to auction off the Frederick Douglass and Marcus Garvey Academy campus for unpaid vacant property registration fees. I repeat, on August the 5th, the city of Wilmington, Delaware, took out a lien to auction off the campus we bought, the campus we've been working on for 6.5 years. I was not notified of this. We were not notified of this. This past weekend, without an email, this past weekend, without a letter in the mail, this past weekend, without a phone call. The city of Wilmington put a notice on the door handle of both of our schools, informing me that if we don't pay the past due vacant property registration fees and outstanding utilities by the 25th of Black August, they will sell our campus. Brothers and sisters, can I ask you a question? Why were we not notified that they were going to try to sell our campus? Brothers and sisters, why are they trying to sell our campus at the very moment that our accounts are frozen? Brothers and sisters, is it a coincidence? Is it a coincidence? Is it a coincidence that the city of Wilmington is trying to sell properties that we own and have been working on continuously behind our backs? They were going to sell our schools behind our backs. They didn't even tell us that they were going to try to sell our schools. We received no notice in the mail. We received no notice by email. We received no phone calls at all that they were going to try to sell our schools. Instead, they put a notice on the door handle. Somebody stole one set of notifications and sent it to the YouTubian struggle streamers. Somebody stole the Frederick Douglass High School paperwork off the front door and sent it to the struggle streamers. But luckily for us, Sister Ra Ebony was able to get the paperwork off the Marcus Garvey School before the haters stole that paperwork. I believe, brothers and sisters, and please let me know your opinion. I believe, brothers and sisters, and please let me know your opinion. I believe, brothers and sisters, and please let me know your opinion. I believe that they were going to sell the school, and they wanted to sell the school before we found out. I believe that they wanted to sell the school before we found out. We were not supposed to know that they were going to sell our school. Why do I say that? We were given no notification. We received no letter in the mail. We received no email. We received no phone call that they were going to try to sell our schools. Instead, they put a notice on the door in a low-income neighborhood. They put a notice on the door with rubber band and masking tape. They put a notice on the school front door with a rubber band and masking tape.
Whoa, buddy. Exclusive. Damn. Boy, how that work out. Ain't that something, family? Live on air as we're breaking it down. Breaking news comes across the wire. Dr. Umar admits that the school will be auctioned off. There you go, family. Right then and there. Let me pull that back, run that back. Here we are. Damn, ain't it something, fam? I love rocking with the fam. We're going to remember that one. Yes, the hell we are. Right then and there. You seen it. He said it. Live while we're on air, live while we're broadcasting. Dr. Umar, the news just comes across the wire that he is going to auction off the school. The school's getting auctioned off, and it has nothing to do with him. Translation. Let me tell you what this means. Okay? Everybody pay attention. It means every single thing that we said on this broadcast was right. Every single main thing that you posted was correct. Everything we said was right, y'all. That's what this means. It means that when all of you guys said that he was scamming, it was a Ponzi scheme, he was taking money, taking donations, and he was lying, you guys were right. What it means is that when we tell everybody that foundational Black Americans see through you, see past you, and see around you, we're absolutely right. And when we told you that scam Africanism is done, it's over, it's canceled, it's deleted, we were absolutely right, family. That's exactly what it is. Fam, it's a beautiful thing to have a broadcast about a subject, and then while you're on air, it breaks, and the person that we're calling out called himself out and admitted it. It's a wrap. The only thing left now, family, is exactly what the thumbnail is. That's it right there. You can't make this up, y'all. That's what's left. There it is. There it go. You can't make it up, family. We called it out. We said it, and it's sure thing. All of the receipts that we laid on the table, all the receipts that other brothers and sisters out there have been posting are all true, and it's coming out. Family, there he come up with whatever little scheme he wants to come up with. He could say all these things, but at the end of the day, fam, let me tell you what it boils down to. It boils down to the law saying that they're going to take your shit, and it's coming back home. Yeah, ABK. Boy, that ABK done came down, didn't it? Came down crashing. That ABK don't play. I'm telling everybody they better quit playing. Boy, this is a classic broadcast. I'm telling you, we was already cooking, fam. We started off with all the receipts. We poked holes in all of these agents, these tethers, these tethercrats. We even showed them how they're trying to bring aliens to stop delineation. And in the process of all that, the main subject that we were breaking down today, the man who's in question, the man who's getting called out, and the receipts that we put on the table have all been verified. When you certified, you qualified, and all of our receipts are verified, and it exposed it. Dr. Umar Johnson just admitted that the FDMG school is getting foreclosed, is getting repossessed, and it's over. This scam of 10, 12, 13 years, the tweet I showed you earlier where the brother said, my kid was in school, now the kid is in college, is over. It's a wrap. And it goes to show you, as Dr. Kubar gets exposed, Pan-Africanism gets exposed. And FBA remains the same. All these moving parts around us, but notice, y'all, we still here. We told everybody that Dr. Kubar is Dr. Kubar Vasquez. He's a Cuban. We seen him running around the world talking bad on foundational Black Americans, throwing dirt on our name, saying all types of terrible things, saying we don't want reparations, why you were asking for donations. Fam, we done did a lot of things on the Black Ops Network. We've never broadcasted live. And while we're sitting here putting receipts on the table, the person comes out and says, yep, I did it, I was wrong, and it's getting taken. So all those little conspiracies, you notice, fam, he's still trying to pull out the conspiracies at the end, right? You notice that? He's still trying to say, well, I believe that they took the school and stopped it. But here's the thing, fam. Why you ain't got that stuff loaded up anyway? That's the $1 million question. That's the $1 million. Damn all that stuff. See what he's doing? Again, I told y'all, it's always misdirection. You call him out on something, he calls you a hater. You call him out on something, he says he's the #1 requested scholar. Notice in there, he didn't mention how are you that much in debt and violated the terms of your lease. He only talked about, I believe that they stopped it. I believe that they took it away. And I believe that you're not answering the damn question. Answer the question on how you end up accumulating all of those thousands of dollars with all those millions of dollars that was donated to you. I ain't here talking about what the white man did and how he put it on the wall, someone stole it. That is non-consequential to what we're talking about. That is a good pivot if you're dealing with somebody else. But when you're dealing with us, talk about it. Yeah, outstanding utility. You can't even pay your bills. But let's be real about this, family. And I've been saying this for the longest time. You've never seen him trying to put out a call for new people to come in. You never seen him talking about getting teachers. You never seen him talking about getting janitors. You never seen him talking about having people on staff. Do you know how much it is to start a school? And do you know how much it is to run a school? See, this is what FBA has been saying the whole time. We understood that you can start a school all you want to. Can you maintain it? I never seen any calls for teachers to come there. Teacher students. What about supplies? Do you know how much? You're talking about supplies. I'm talking about from computers to pencils. Okay. I'm talking about the staff. You're talking about the principals. What you think, people just gonna do this for free? But you never called out for these people anyway. This is why we've been watching them and looking at them sideways the whole time. You knew that what you just seen Dr. Umar say right now, he was gonna end up saying that regardless. You knew that the lies that you've been calling him out on this whole broadcast were absolutely true. And you knew we'd be exactly where we are right now with Dr. Umar and scam Africanism. You can only scam for so long. You can only scheme for so long. But eventually you will be exposed. And his problem is not only has he been exposed by FBA, he's been exposed by the damn government. I expect now Dr. Kubar is going to go on a whole anti-FBA campaign more than he already was. Because remember, y'all, it was FBA who've been calling him out. And remember this, FBA would have been cool had he just been quiet and did his school and kept it over there to the side. You did this to yourself, Kubar. The reason why you on there looking like you about to cry, talking about they're going to repossess your school is because you wanted to talk about FBA. You wanted to run around and say, we don't deserve reparations. Basically, we're too damn stupid to get reparations. We're too damn irresponsible to get reparations. You've been really throwing a bunch of gender things out there. Notice, fam, a lot of that gender stuff has been Dr. Umar. All right, we'll be good brothers and sisters are standing on the same page. And Dr. Umar come out with the whole thing saying black men need to get together. Black women need to get together. A lot of that's been Dr. Umar. What you should have did is what all Tethers should do. Be quiet. Tethers, listen, take this advice from a certified black American. Be quiet. Be quiet, because the more you talk, the more you're messing things up. You should have been quiet and hush hush, and you wouldn't be getting ice cold on you. You should have been quiet and hush hush, and you wouldn't be having your school getting repossessed. You should have just been quiet. It is what it is. But we all knew we'd be here. But you never talked about having a staff. Family, that costs thousands, hundreds of thousands of dollars. You never talked about supplies, never. And then utilities. How much is it to keep the lights on? You couldn't even keep the lights on. Fam, how you got a grand closing before a grand opening? Whoa. How do you have a grand closing before you ever have a grand opening? How you go from repossession for something that we question if you ever possessed it? This is what it is. We knew that this was going to be the game. And I was wondering, fam, I was like, at this point, why didn't Dr. Umar just start an online school and he could talk all that Pan-African stuff that he wants to. He could have had that. You talk about being the #1 requested person. You flying around, meeting up with all these women. You got 3 or 4 baby mama dramas every day. You talking about ex-girlfriends, all of this petty energy, and you can't even keep your priority straight. Why should anybody listen to you when you can't even keep any of that in order? You couldn't keep nothing in order. You know what I'm saying? And I was sitting there wondering, I was saying this a long time ago, he ain't going to be able to pay the teachers. How are you going to be able to pay the teachers, family? You're not going to be able to pay the teachers. You can't even pay the light bill. How are you going to be able to pay for the supplies, the utilities? You can't pay the damn light bill. Sewage? So this is why you were never showing the school. This is why you always had the camera at the ground whenever we on the inside. And this is why it would be 3 below in Delaware and you're outside doing a damn Instagram live and not going inside in the warm. You didn't have the damn power on, did you? You didn't have the power on in the building, so therefore you couldn't do no damn lives from inside. You had to go outside to do it. I'm telling y'all, family, these people get what they deserve. These people end up getting what they deserve, and it shows you. And by the way, let me show you this as well, because somebody sent this to me the other day. Dr. Umar has a bunch of different cases that have been popping up on him that he's been hush-hush about. And this is just one. Yeah, he got a grand closing, but not a grand opening. Ain't that something? Look at this right here. Check this out right here. Dr. Umar, check this out. February 2022, set for trial. Yep. Dr. Umar right here was set for trial. Pre-trial held. Judicial Officer Commissioner Farrell, proceeding plaintiff Dr. Murray, present defendant Umar Johnson, failure to appear, joining parties 4 March 2022. Amended pleadings 20 May 2002, discovery 20 May 2002, motions 10 June 2022, trial June 6 2022. This was about Dr. Umar and some of the questions that people had about whether he owned the school or not. These are all there. This all functioning, family. This is what it is. So you can see for yourself, he had a lot of cases that were up. And if you ever go look up a lot of these things with Dr. Umar, I'm telling you, left and right, you're going to see a gang of things that Dr. Umar was out here running his mouth about. And again, tethers are their own worst enemy. Tethers are their own worst enemy. If tethers sat there and they focused on what they had for themselves, they wouldn't be where the hell they are now. You should have been worrying about the bills. You got a bunch. When people started looking up why Dr. Umar is in the situation that he's in, people started saying, well, hold on now. How come Dr. Umar has a gang of different cases that are open on him? It's because Dr. Umar been running around here doing things he ain't got no business doing. That's why. Dr. Umar been running around here saying things that he ain't got no business saying. And again, like everybody else, when foundational Black Americans pull the plug on dealing with you, it's a wrap. Don't nothing move without us. Don't nothing shake without us. Foundational Black Americans run everything. You ain't got to like it. I'm telling you, you just gonna have to accept it. And that's where we are now, right, family? We're in the era of you just gonna have to deal with it. And I love this era. See, the you gonna have to deal with it era, it shuts down everybody who thinks that they got say so. You have no say so. There's no say so at all. Anything that you think you got going is really not going for yourself. And let me say this about ABK. I have to. I got to say this, and this is just what it is. A lot of people been disrespecting foundational Black Americans, and I got to point out a particular individual that been hating on foundational Black Americans that got to get some of this FBA smoke. If I pull this up, family, when I say that there's been some really strange occurrences when it comes to the ancestors working, I'm just being real. Fam, they think it's a joke. We'll sit here, we can make every joke. You know, FBA, we'll joke and roast in the same time. But y'all look at that list. Look at that. Really, for real. I mean this. Look at that list and think about some of the things that have been happening to people who are on that list. Think about some of the crazy occurrences that have been occurring to individuals that have been running around here talking real reckless to foundational Black Americans. Kamala Harris just came out and she was on one of those shows and said she doesn't want to go back. Barack Obama, y'all hear the way they talk about Barack Obama? Man, all of those liberals that Barack Obama was uplifting and loving so damn much, boom, look at Tyler, look at her career. We done broke down her career. Her career lasted about as long as this broadcast, okay? And maybe even shorter. Gone. You don't see about her no more. You understand? Look what we did to Fat Joe and Busta Rhymes. I mean, they're done. You won't never see those guys anymore. Every single person that foundational Black Americans have called out has had something crazy go down that they can't come back from. And we not really having no feelings for them, because at the end of the day, you did this to you. If you've been talking about us, I want y'all to look at that. Listen, real talk. Look how these people been really disrespecting us, and this strange things have been going down every time they do. I can't get mad. I can only get glad. And we ain't got no feelings for people who've been disrespecting what we've been creating. So that goes to show you, again, like we say, that G-check list is so strong and so prominent. But there's one more person that I got to bring up that has said some things a year ago that they didn't think that I remember. And I got to be ultra petty. So if I can get my FBA pettiness on, then I got to get my FBA pettiness on. How many of y'all remember when MC Light came out and was defending Joe Biden? Do y'all remember that? Y'all remember when MC Light came out, when Joe Biden called LL Cool J boy? Y'all remember that? He was like, boy, that boy. Remember that? Well, MC Light ended up having a little situation that occurred where she was running her mouth. Let's go. Let me show everybody. Let me refreshing everybody's memory if you don't remember what ended up happening, okay? Since we in here in this extra ultra petty night tonight. And this is exactly where I like to be. Exactly where I like to be. Y'all look at this right here. Remember this? MC Light defends President Joe Biden after LL Cool J name slip. Yeah. Uh-huh. This is it right here. Because remember, he came out and he was saying, he called LL Cool J like boy. He was like, the boy, and he don't know something. Let me show y'all. Here we go. Let me see if this pulls up. Yeah, okay, y'all remember. Here we go. If this damn pulls up any damn day of the week. There we go. All right. He came out. Is she a Tether? Is she a Tether? Okay, I don't know. Is MC Light a Tether? Y'all let me know. I don't know. Is she a Tether? If that's the case, then damn, she getting double goddamn karma. Light is a Tether. Please let me know, because I need to know that. That's vital information to this ancestral work these people been out here getting. Oh no. Oh, okay. Yeah, I seen Ice Cube was talking too. Yep. He said, please leave Julio alone. Please leave. But okay. Now, she was saying that. She was saying basically, y'all Black Americans. Okay. Some people say they think, man, not sure. Okay. But she was coming out there and she was telling us that basically we need to be nice to Joe Biden. It was on that be nice to Joe Biden stuff. Be nice to Joe Biden. Joe Biden's your friend. Joe Biden would never say those things. Joe Biden is that was that Uncle Joe stuff. That was that Uncle Joe stuff. That's Uncle Joe. That's Uncle Joe. How dare you say that about Uncle Joe? Uncle Joe would never say anything. And she was full-time caping. I'm talking about caping sideways. Well, just the other day, she done went out there, family, and she done fell in front of everybody, busted. She fell 3, 4, 6, 7 times, all in one goddamn swing. And I got to show y'all. I can't even find a Joe Biden clip, but damn that. Let me show y'all her falling. Let me get to the main thing. Okay, check this out. Okay, she FBA. Okay, she might be FBA. Okay. But let me tell you, she definitely COON. Okay, because boy, she went into full cape mode. Man, oh man. Here we go. There we go. She fell out so damn bad. And this just goes to show you that you're going to respect foundational Black Americans, or you might just end up crashing out. When I say the crash out is the crash out, the crash out is the crash out, and it's for real. Watch this right here, family. Here we go. Damn. She tried to get up and perform. Nah, ain't no performance after that. You need to just lay there and just sit there. Watch it right there. Bam. Fam, how in the hell? She fell in sections. Her calves fell first. I got to run that back slow motion. I would play it. They got music playing. Watch this. There we go. Boom, bam, boom, bam. Damn, she wiped out. Look at that. 1, 2, 10. Nah, you need. Yeah, so down she goes. They got Riz on there shaking his head. Look at that. See, remember she said Y'all gonna protect Joe Biden. I'm sorry, MC Light. I'm keeping it real. I'm sorry. I gotta be real with you. You should have never did what you did when you done what you done. Don't be mad when the ancestors come call. This ain't even us. This the ancestors. You need to take it up with the ancestral energy. Damn, she fell. I'm sorry. I got. Can I put that on extra slow-mo? Let's see how slow we can get that. Damn, that was a crash out. Hey, but you see it. You see it right there. She fell first. Here we go. Slow motion. Right there. Look at her. Fam, look. She don't even have her feet on the ground. Her feet ain't even on. I don't know if I've ever seen somebody fall this bad. Her feet ain't even on the ground. She has no feet on. She's literally face down, no feet on ground. Crashing all the way. That right there is the crash out. That's the crash out of all crash outs. And this happens when people run their mouth about FBA. You end up like MC Light. 1, 2, 10. Damn. Damn, she fell down bad. That is terrible. Nah, don't get back up and start singing. She got up, hey, she tried to get up and singing. Her goddamn legs was hurt. She ain't moving how she should. She watching her surroundings now. I'm sorry, MC Light. I'm sorry, but it just had to be that way. It just had to be. It did. And man, let me tell you something. People was coming out clowning, and they should. But it goes to show you, the ancestors is watching. You seen Dr. Umar now is admitting the school's over. The FDMG whatever the hell is gone. Now, these people are starting to see the fact that we as FBA, Foundational Black Americans, it's more than just us right now, y'all. It's a whole vibration. When they say it's a vibe, it's a vibe. I got to show y'all this tweet, by the way. He be on some petty stuff, but boy, if you want to get petty, if you want to get petty, it's the person to go to. 50 Cent then came out. 50 said, "Oh, ish, I would have just laid there like I'm playing dead if I ever do some ish like that." Why the hell MC Light gonna fall and 50 Cent had to come out? 50 had to get involved. 50 had to get involved and had to say something. I'll be damned. 50 wrong as hell. He said, "I would have just laid there. F it, I'm playing dead." Damn. Terrible. But hey, man, you put on that damn cape. You was out there trying to stick up for Joe. And you ended up on the floor. I'll be damned. That's what ends up happening. You try to stick up for Joe, and you ended up on the floor, and everybody laughing. But fam, everybody's watching as well. And the thing that everybody's looking is that the ancestors are working, we working, everybody's working. There's something that I forgot to point out that we've been talking about. Okay, let's go down the list, right? Democrats, done. Kamala Harris, done. They were opposite of Foundational Black Americans. Barack Obama's at his all-time worst. They cannot stand him. The Black community don't rock with him. All of the liberals, they don't rock with him. Kamala Harris, career's over. Tyler, Afrobeats, all done. Fat Joe, Busta Rhymes, gone. Joyless Reed, she ended up getting fired. Everybody. Anyone who's came against Foundational Black Americans have been getting, 50 cold, boy. Everybody who came against Foundational Black Americans, strange, odd things are happening to them. The ancestors are working. So you can talk about fake schools. You can talk about scam Africans. You can talk about aliens. It all goes back to the originators. We are mentally, physically, spiritually tied into the United States of America, mentally, physically, spiritually stronger than we ever been, and we're working at a good time. You've seen what went on in Lake Lanier. How many people did Lake Lanier get this summer alone? Fam, y'all know right here on the Black Ops Network, we covered it all across the board. Everybody seen it. Everybody witnessed it. We've been showing what happens to people whenever those people come against FBA. You see how Sinners is so big of a movie right now, dealing with FBA spirituality. It's all because of us. You see Kendrick Lamar, they not like us, his career based on Foundational Black American energy. Did we leave out one thing that ended up happening to somebody that got some ABK? I don't want to forget. Y'all remember that Nottoway plantation, right? Remember it caught fire, it burnt down. Do y'all remember this though that happened a few months before the Nottoway plantation? Man, how about this? I ain't gonna forget this one. This one needs to be talked about as well. We spoke about it when it happened, but after all of the other cases of FBA getting on code, Family, these people forgot this one right here. Remember when the Black Lives Matter lady had 2 or 3 of her homes and mansions that were consumed by those wildfires? This is before the Nottoway plantation. This is before Lake Lanier starts snatching people up this summer, which they do year round. Y'all remember this one right here? That's exactly what it is. ABK, anti-black karma, for any and every person that disrespects the lineage, heritage, and culture. It don't matter if you're an Uber driver. It don't matter if you're a whack-ass rapper. It don't matter if you're washed up, if you're a politician, if you're a political party, if you're an organization. It don't matter if you're an old-ass plantation building. It don't matter if you're a scam African. You gonna have to deal with ABK, because ABK is all goddamn day when you get in the way of FBA. And there ain't nothing else to say. Certified salute to the whole damn family, y'all. You know it. I know it. We know it. Scammers come around. Scammers get identified. Scammers got to go. People forgot about that because so many other issues been going on. But when you add them all up, you compile it, family, the list is growing. Who gonna be next? Who's the next contestant on Get Some ABK Straightening? You name them, guaranteed they'll be there. Because everybody else we named been there as well. Step on up, disrespect FBA, deal with us, deal with the ancestors, deal with your justice. Because when the universe starts handing it out, they start catching it whether they like it or not. When the universe starts handing it out, they got to receive it, whether they like it or not. And now we're in the like it or not era. We foundational Black Americans, like it or not. We certified Black society, like it or not. We run the game, run the yard, whether you like it or not. No, you can't have my reparations. Get your hands off. No, you can't have my tangibles. Get your hands off. Yes, we will ruin your damn career. This is what it is, fam. We do what we want. We say what we want. We take what we want. And we do it in our own way. There's nobody like us, family. There's nobody like you. There's nobody like your family. Everybody. Yeah, Marcus Lemoyne, he know what it is. Anybody will get that ABK smoke. And it's coming real. And it's going to come real big this Sunday. Family, we're going to do it. Zoom chat. It's on. Getting everybody's name compiled. Got it. We also now officially have the boycott list. So stay tuned before Friday, maybe tomorrow, maybe Thursday. We're going to have the show where we're going to have all the boycotting and we're going to have the Rolodex. So we're going to do a live show with my two brothers church and my brother Black Truth United, and we're going to break down the boycott list. I told y'all we're going to take that little August 1st boycott permanent. I told y'all we're going to put names of people who disrespect us all across the country on the list, and we're going to put them on the main stage. I told y'all we're going to get it, and here we are. The time is now, brothers and sisters. The generation is ours. I said we was going to make it happen. Now we're going to make it happen. It was a beautiful thing on August 1st to put together a boycott. But it's going to be even more beautiful when we take all of those names and get them. And I got every single one of your guys' posts, every single one of your emails saying, Black Alpha, this is a store in New Jersey. Black Alpha, this is a store in Mississippi. Black Alpha, there's a store in Missouri where they tell people that Black folks are stealing. They unalived a Black person there. Every single one of the stories that I got, I'm going to put in the list, family. And we got a gang of people who are on our blacklist who Black Americans will not ever deal with again, and they're going to get that ABK. So we are going to take the August 1st boycott and make it permanent, and we're going to do it this week. I've got it all done. It's on. We are going to have our Zoom chat where we're going to get that Atua and the African Union out the paint. We got it all done. And then we're going to have another one the next week. So we're going to have two, Sunday to Sunday. And we're also going to have broadcasts and broadcasts. So it's going to be boycotts, running tethers out the paint, G-checking people, ending scam Africanism, and dishing out ABK. When you add all that up, family, only thing left standing are the kings and the queens of the hill, and they go by certified foundational Black Americans. And I go by Black Alpha Network, #1 activist, certified. Salute to the family. Appreciate the love having y'all guys in the building, in the place. I got to call back Princess Alpha so we can chop it on up, but I appreciate the love. And by the way, she texted me and told me to tell y'all one love, one love, one love. So much respect to y'all. Appreciate you guys. Cannot wait to see you again twice this week and then again on Sunday, fam. So we're going to hold it down the way that we always do. Been an excellent broadcast. We broke down all the receipts on Dr. Kubar Vasquez, and then Dr. Kubar came on the show and he gave out receipts on his damn self. So it's funny that We called out Dr. Umar, we exposed Dr. Umar, and we gave receipts on Dr. Umar. And before we ended, Dr. Umar gave receipts on himself. Dr. Umar told on himself, and Dr. Dumar told everybody that if you come around foundational Black Americans and you're scamming, it won't last long, okay? And you had a grand closing before you had a grand opening. And you can't blame us, blame your damn self. Foundational Black Americans put in work. Certified salute, y'all. Peace and love, peace and love, peace and love. Always remember that Black is beautiful and foundational Black American is always Black. One love. Free Huey.
Black Alpha Network. Home of Black excellence. Power to the people.